Yeah, there's already 11,000 people watching this. What the fuck? This is nuts. I didn't know there was so much hype for this game. All right, music's over. Does that mean what I think it means? Yes, it does. All right, here we go. Turn it up a bit. What is this? Wow. Looks nice. Environment looks good. No idea what the fuck they're saying. I've literally no clue. Okay, let's see some gameplay. That's good. So there's like magic too. Oh, you jump over that. There's a number of these in WoW, alright. Tower, yeah. Yeah, Genshin and this game are copying Tower Fantasy. So true. So true. Blue Protocol. Alrighty. Sephiroth. The world is on the brink of devastation. Only you can change the tide. Do they have a year? No, they don't. Okay, alright. Alright. It's about right. Do they have translator at all? Let me see if they do.
皆さんこんばんは。バンダイナムコオンラインブループロトコル運営統括ディレクター兼プロデューサーの鈴木です。本日はバンダイナムコオンラインそしてバンダイナムコスタジオが共同開発中の PC 向けオンラインアクション RPG ブループロトコルについて生放送を通じて皆さんにお伝えしたいと思います。それでは番組を一緒に紹介するメンバーをご紹介いたします。
What's it called?
はい、皆さんこんばんは。ブループロトコル開発統括ディレクター。
Someone in chat? Yeah, what's it called?
よろしくお願いします。
Where can I search it?
復活皆様お待たせをいたしました。
It's called Aether Song?
バンダイナムコオンラインプロジェクトスカイブルー統括プロデューサーの
Let me see if I can do this here. Aether Song, new dev stream video? Okay.
Hello everyone, Aether Song here, and I'm back with some more.
Oh no, this is just... Okay, this is the live. Alright, with English translation.
Can you say we're gonna take this seriously? It's like kind of pulling around.
Okay.
It's been around a year and a half.
今回も新型コロナウイルスの感染防止対策として一定の距離を取らせていただいて
Because of coronavirus, they have a little distance between them.
Alright, yeah, COVID sucks.
They're taking some precautions.
Blaming COVID for the game taking 2 years more than people expected. Alright. Very reasonable.
First gonna introduce what type of game it is.
Okay, what type of game is it?
So there may be some people seeing Blue Protocol for the first time today. So we're going to explain what type of game it is.
Alright, let's see it.
ブループロトコルはバンダイナムコオンラインとバンダイナムコスタジオによる共同プロジェクトチームプロジェクトスカイブルーの中核をなすコンテンツとして開発中の PC 向けのオンラインアクション
Looks fine.
Yeah, so it's an online action RPG being developed by Blue Protocol Online and Bandai Namco Online and Bandai Namco Studios.
So they're not calling it an MMO.
完全新作国産のオリジナルタイトルとしてアンリアルエンジン4で開発中
They're using Unreal Engine 4 for development.
Okay.
ありがとうございます。はい、毎回ご紹介を。
いやとりあえずねツイッター更新させていただいて、生きてたんかとありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
本当にね1年半も欠かさずに、もうずっと SNS や動画等で応援いただいた方々もいらっしゃいますし。こうやって皆様の前にもう一度出ることができて感無量ですね。そうですか。
True.
とても嬉しいですね。
Very true.
というところで結構ね今日時間をみんな気にしちゃってるんです時間を気にし気味であれこれ大丈夫かなハマるかな
Translate it for us.
They're kind of worried about time today, if everything will fit into the schedule.
Okay. Just tell us when it comes out.
So let's get into the main content.
All right, here we go.
今回の配信では、現在の開発の進捗状況をはじめ公式ツイッターでお知らせしたネットワークテストの実施などお伝えしたいことがたくさんございます。
So they have a lot of things they want to talk about today. So they're going to divide it into two different parts.
Okay, good.
そうなんですよね。今回ですね、
So what's the part one?
ということで、一部二部ということで。
Yeah, so it's been a while since they've had a stream, so they're going to divide it into two different parts.
2 years, yeah, true.
始める前にまずこち
Before
らを
we start,
ご覧
first,
ください。
take a look at this.
Okay. This looks nice.
この揺らぎは来者のいやでも
ここであったのも何かの縁。見殺しは夢見が悪い。
The world looks nice. What do you guys think about it?
私たちが時空を
It looks a lot more expansive than
Looks like
Tower
they were
of
seeing some like
Fantasy.
new areas with like the desert and whatnot. And is that
Yeah.
like a new mount?
Oh, a new mount. Okay, this is good. Yeah, this looks nice. Okay, yeah, let's see some combat.
Oh
We've
yeah,
got
looks like a
anime
kind of like
thank grid.
updated video, right? Some of the new characters being introduced.
歪みの存在。そこにいるだけで時空を狂わせます。この歪みを正せるのは
Has lots of potential. And no booba. No, there is booba. I've already saw it. There's no way they'd make a game like this without booba.
では改めて協力かしかお好きな方をお選びください。でしょ。
So this is obviously like
Heavy
co-op
smasher,
content. Okay, that's cool. Damn. So that's, I guess it's a boss, and the guy in the middle is tanking it? I don't know.
Like a gun class.
It seems that way. Is it Zelda?
They haven't talked about the gun class yet, so I'm guessing there's gonna be something about it, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be out 2023.
Okay, so 2023 early spring. They're
Wow.
planning to start the service.
Holy that's goddamn.
So the release, I guess, would be 2023 early spring.
That could be like April.
That's pretty early.
That's tomorrow. Only in Japan, not global. Okay.
So after the network test, they're planning not to have too big of gap between just the release of the game. So it's going to be a very important test for the game.
Okay.
They don't have a month yet. They just have early spring.
Let's see what they say.
それではネットワークテストの概要についてお知らせをさせていただきます。ネットワークテストは2023
All right, so the network test
January?
is going to be January 14th through 16th.
Wow.
You're going to have 50,000 participants.
There's something happening in like a month too.
And
Look
if we
at this.
start, yeah, start recruitment or looking for people on December 13th.
So that's in like
So
a
I
month.
guess starting next month, they'll be opening up the signups.
I'm gonna sign up. I'll sign up, even though I'm not Japanese. I'll do it anyway. Yeah, if they invite me, I'll do it. That's illegal. So
they want to check the server and network going towards the release of the game. And they're gonna have some restrictions on how much of the scenario or like story you can play through and how high you can raise your level.
That's smart. Yeah, that way people don't just like play through the whole game.
These are the specs for the test.
Okay. Hey guys, if this isn't enough, you can just buy a Starforge PC, okay?
So I think the lower end hasn't changed,
Yeah.
but the higher end
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Yeah, totally.
So the right is the highest specs, right?
I guess so. Can you run on a phone?
またですね、今回より 4K 解像度に対応をいたし
When
ま
they
した。
added 4K
さら
support,
にグラフィックオプションのカスタ
That's a lot of support. 4,000 of them.
高画質プリセット以上の設定が可能となっております。ですがこれらの設定はより高い PC スペックが必要
and you'll be able to raise certain things above the highest specs with custom settings.
Oh, that's good. I like that. That way it looks even better for screenshots and shit. That's very good.
So yeah, so inside the game there's various settings you can also change.
Yeah.
以上がネットワークテストの概要となっております。
No talk about global or anything yet. Looks like it's mostly for Japan if all the information is Japanese. We'll have to see.
Better not be.
言っとかないと
Oh yeah, if they don't talk about the date early on, they might like let it slip up during the thing, or everyone's gonna be talking about it, or like trying to ask about it.
That's a
Partway
good
through
point.
it, so.
Yeah.
募集ページにも同じ記載が
So now we know.
はい、ではブループロトコルのですね新 PV と、サービス開始時期についてここまでお伝えさせていただきました。
So we've talked about we showed the new promotional video and talked about the release
It's lit.
period.
Today's content. I can read that part. Because it's in English.
So yeah, the first part was a network test.
Okay.
Next is going to be talking about the current development status.
All right. Yeah, let's hear about that.
And then videos for each of the classes.
Oh,
And some
wow.
extra information.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay, okay. I'm excited now.
And then in the second part, they're going to have
Cock and ball torture.
some final feedback from the closed beta test.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, that would make more sense.
Oh, the global? They haven't said anything about global yet, so people asking about global, they haven't said anything yet. So I'm guessing it's only for Japan currently, based on what they've done so far. But maybe they'll have more information later on in the video.
まずは現在の開発状況について、はい、さんお願いします。
先に入って言っちゃった。はい、改めてではございますけれども、今回の配信までですね、長らくお時間をいただいて大変申し訳ございませんでした。前回のね放送以後ですね、引き続き開発はもちろんなんですけれども、継続させていただいておりました。で、内部のですねテストプレイだったりとか、テストプレイをしながらの内部でのフィードバック、もちろん CBT へのフィードバック。
Alright, so yeah, since like the last broadcast and whatnot, they've been continuing development and doing tests with inside the company as well, and making changes based on the closed beta test as well.
Great.
そういった点をもうまとめて、やはり一つ言ってまた反応いただく、一つ言ってまた反応いただくということが
This is the WoW killer? This is it right here. Somebody in chat thinks? This is it. All right. Finally.
今回まとめての配信ということで、最終的な状態、自分たちが自信を持ってお伝えできる状態になってからと。
Yeah, so I guess they had a lot of changes kind of like back and forth within the development, so they wanted to kind of just have everything put together like a final like product they could like show everyone.
That's why it took so long. Right, okay. Yep, got it.
その一部を担っているという大切なものになっております。 今回ですね正式サービスの時期間お伝えさせていただきましたけれども、最終的な確認させていただいて、この後もしっかりブループロトコル作っていければというふうに
Yeah, so they're just in the final stages of development now.
よろしくお願いいたします。
They're doing some final checks before their release.
Final
That
stages of
includes the
development.
network test.
原稿がっちり
Okay. All right.
ちょうど今あれなんですよね。僕らここの3人も含めてすごいテストプレイをやってる。
そうですね。
で、ここの3人、僕ら3人とあと他のディレクター陣で、まあ週に3日ですね。3日テストプレイ、パーティープレイ、テストプレイを
So these three and other people within the company have
いやそりゃ
been making a party and doing testing and whatnot.
Okay.
And also
Good.
doing like solo playing the game as well.
That's important. Yeah, the solo stuff matters a lot.
会議中に出くわすのどうかと思いましたけどね。
お互い出てるはずの
とりあえずジャンプす
お
る。
互いゲーム内で会うみたいな。
出てるはずの会議中にお互いちょっと裏で
So they should like during a meeting they will like meet inside the game like we're both should be in a meeting but we're both playing the game currently.
I've seen that happen. Yeah. That happened one time. I was there's an OTK meeting we
Yeah,
had,
so they've been
and I
playing
saw
it
like
quite a
Rich in
bit.
the city, and I had to log off
Lately.
because I wasn't there for it.
というお話をさせていただきましたけれども、まあ動き一つそのアウトゲーム
Yeah, just they've been making some final adjustments and things.
できてるかなというふうに思っておりますので、そのあたりは自信を持っております。
So they have confidence in the changes they have made.
Great. Very good to hear.
ました。はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
So that's the end of the talk about the current state of development.
1000時間やったしって書いてある。
今回の配信までに長らくお時間をいた
Are
だき
these
ま
the
した
videos?
が、現在のゲーム状況、特にアクションゲームとしてのバトル部分がどのような状態にあるのかが気になっている方が多いと思いますので、各クラスが
What the game kind of looks like.
Yeah, let's see that.
They made a video for each of the classes.
これからご紹介する動画は
That's good to know, like, 'cause
ネットワークテストでプレイ可能な
we'll see how many videos there are,
範囲上のレベルや
and
スキルを使
I'll
用して
tell you how many
います
classes
These are
there are.
things that are going to be usable within the network test.
Cool.
HP が多いネームドエネミーなどを使用して撮影をした動画となっておりますので、この点はご留意いただければと思います。
And they use some enemies with like high HP and whatnot, so just some disclaimers about the video, I guess.
スキルにも属性ついてるけど、
So it's like this is not really what it's gonna be, but it's a bit what it could be in a situation that could be like this situation. Yeah, I get it.
なっちゃうので、初期武器を持って
It makes perfect sense.
でブループロトコルはですね、今日初めて見る方もいらっしゃると思いますので、今から、サービスインの時に5つのクラスあるんですけれども、その複数のクラスの特徴を、より強く出せているっぽい、たくさんスキルあるんですよ。
This is
全部紹介するのがね、
that felt like another disclaimer.
They're not able to kind of like introduce all the skills from the classes in the time allotted today, but they're going to be showing the 5 classes they have so far
ご紹介お願いします。
and the skills you have available.
So we're gonna look at 5 different classes.
ファイターの方からご紹介します。
Mr. Ready Mood, yeah.
はい、エージスファイターです。
Okay.
First we have the Aegis Fighter.
So Aegis Fighter. You mean a warrior? Okay, got it. Yeah.
The sword and shield class.
Yeah.
Close range,
いわゆるタンクロール
and it's like a tank role.
クラスとなっております。はい。では
Where's the guy with the sword? The big one.
ご覧いただきたいと思うんですけども、まあこの後の他のクラスの動画もすべてそうなんですけども、それぞれのクラスはまあスキルを4つセットできるんですけども、まあそのセットするスキルによって当然例えばタンクの中でもちょっとアタッカー寄りだったりとか、サポート寄りだったりと
So
か、
there's,
そういう
what we were saying, there's 4 different skills you can set, and depending on like some of the skills are more attack oriented, and some of them are more tank oriented. So even being a tank, you could be a little bit more attack oriented or defense oriented, depending on the
Okay.
skills you set.
いい感じのお願いって言っただけなんで、はい。
There's only 4 skills. That would be problematic. I'm assuming that's not what he meant.
ご留意ください。では、動画の方をお願いし
Alright,
ます
so。you can show off the video.
Okay, here we go.
はい、で、イージスファイターなんですけども、まあ、タンクロールで今みたいに、縦でガードして、カウンターを
Okay.
So you can guard and do a counter.
Yeah, sure. This is fine.
カウンターがですね、CBT の
So there's the guard right there. Why is his stamina not going down? Wouldn't that make his stamina go down? I don't know. Okay.
この仕様変更しまして、縦でガードした後に、
Oh, maybe he rolled it. That's what it was. Yeah, he rolled. All right.
まあ本当にいわゆるガードカウンターのような仕様に、修正の方を行
So they kind of made some changes to how the guard counter kind of works. since the closed beta test.
It's like an AoE effect or some kind of shit. And I guess like is the yellow bar like his stamina? Okay. So he's dead, alright, cool. So the more you hit a mob, I think the more damage you do to it, like that chain
They added
thing.
like some jump features, or like if you, I think it was jump near an enemy, you can do like a double jump.
That's cool. Looks clean? Yeah, this looks good.
で、あとは、イーストファイターで一番大きなところで言うとですね、今までちょっとAI との兼ね合い等もあって、ヘイトシステムではなかったんですけども、今回から本当にいわゆるヘイトシステム。
Combat's fun? Yeah, the combat looks decent enough.
They added, I guess, an aggro kind of system to the game. Before they didn't really have it implemented, but now they have the aggro system in the game.
Oh, aggro. I thought it said egg roll. Okay. I was about to say. What kind of a system? What a fucking system is that? Okay, yeah, aggro makes a lot more sense. Combat looks like Tower Fantasy? Yeah, this is fine. Tower Fantasy combat's pretty good. It's one of the saving graces of the game.
One moment. So he's talking about the ultimate attack here, and he's saying that they kind of changed it from the closed beta test to it's like a super buff for yourself. So you can, I believe it's like increase your defense, super armor, health regeneration, and things like that. So a bunch of different like statuses to buff yourself.
Level 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's the level of the spell, I guess?
防御力アップのバフがかかるっていう味方全体を守るような技となっております。
使いどころすごくね。
There's a way to like kind of apply the buffs to allies as well.
Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. It's like a group buff.
合わせて打とうかなみたいな感じだったんですけど、まあ、例えば盾粉砕された後使おうかなとか、味方の防御力一気にアップしたいときにこうしっかりグリッターモードをやるとか、まあ、その戦術の幅すごく広がったなと思いますね。
そうですね。あとまあ、これ福崎のちょっと要望でカウンター周りの仕様が変わったんですけども、
What do you guys think about this? Yeah, how do you guys feel? It's just like Tower Fantasy. It's because of the style of graphics. So you guys can blame Beautiful Joe and Wind Waker for this. Yeah, if you don't like this style, like this has been going on ever since GameCube. I think the art style is good because it makes it less dated.
So he's talking about like the counter system, how you can kind of jump in front of enemy attacks as well. Like the enemy trying to attack an ally or something, you can jump in front and do a counter.
That's really cool. I like
kind
that.
of like use it as like a fodder for like a counter attack.
It's lit. Less demanding for hardware? Yeah, exactly.
Next is Twin Striker.
Okay. So this is like a melee DPS class.
So it's a DPS class using 2 axes, and by continuing attacks you can raise your power. Alright, so I got a video here as well.
Okay. So he has to beat the fuck out of this goat. Okay, so you have like a down. Actually, that's cool. Yeah, you have like a down attack. 0 damage. Well, they're just showing off the combat. The numbers are cosmetic. I worry about the rolls actually working.
Because one moment, so he's talking about the Twin Striker class here. So he's saying that the main way of attacking with it is you kind of do attacks and then dodge enemy attacks, and you start building up your combo gauge. And one of the main changes from the closed beta test is, in the closed beta test, once you took damage, the combo gauge would go back down to 0.
Yeah.
Or you'd lose your damage buff. But now I think it just drops a little bit, so you don't lose it
That's
fully.
good. It's less punishing. That's probably a better thing. Combat seems pretty responsive. It's like, I mean, like the way he moves and everything, it seems clean. Oh, he's doing that Argo shit? Oh, God. Okay, that's cool.
And they also have skills
Hit
that use the
detection on
combo
PvP will make
gauge
or break its combat style. Yeah, I think so.
to give buffs and whatnot.
Combat feels like it lacks impact whenever it hits hard. Yeah.
Added drain and super armor to one of the attacks.
Yeah, having a stagger bar helps for that to matter. Yeah, stagger bars make that a lot.
So it's kind of like a berserker class where you can just like hit and drain your life to get health back and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, this is probably what I'll play then. Either that or the tank.
And in the top left, we see the chain gauge.
I hope they add new weapons too, so you don't just only have to use the axes, you know?
So there's a new system called a party chain. So you can get like party buffs from making combos.
Yeah, I do think it'd be nice if like the numbers. I don't know. I don't like the numbers that much. I feel like the numbers in like Tower of Fantasy and like Classic WoW look way better. Even the New World numbers look better. They're not impactful enough, you know?
I think the combo gauge also
like getting big numbers in a video game should feel like you bust
goes
a nut on
down
the
if you're
screen.
not attacking consistently, so you want to kind of keep attacking.
Yeah, the bigger yellow numbers for crits, yeah. Too small? Yeah, I mean, all that stuff will probably change.
やってみるとワンループと通常攻撃を出して右クリックのクラスアクションを出してクラスアクションが空中で大体終わるのでそこからキャンセルしてエネミーステップジャンプを出して強襲攻撃で降りてっていうのは結構タクティカルスキルなしでのワンループみたいな感じで合間合間にタクティカルスキルを差し込んでいくっていう立ち回りになることが多いのかなと思っております。
There's a way of kind of weaving in tactical skills between like attacks and whatnot.
Okay. And now we have the archer, or the ranger class.
All right, next it's a blast archer.
Blast archer? You mean archer? Okay. Yep, sure. I get that. Oh, great sword. It could be like another mode.
That's kind of like a support archer class, right?
Okay, so apparently it looks like you can kind of lock on. That's some sort of like a... Holy shit, that's a lot. Oh my god.
Alright, so it's ultimate, it kind of like sucks into enemies. That's why they had multiple enemies here to show it off.
Yeah, I see that. Tab targeting, yeah. Or at least like there's like loose tab targeting. Oh, I see. So she can swap out a form and like do a specific aimed shot.
And also by aiming for the enemy's weak spots, you can do extra damage.
Okay, that makes sense.
Usually it's the enemy head.
Makes sense. Yeah, shoot him in the dick. How much does that do? So that's like charge levels, and it goes to like level 3, it seems. Okay. Wish you could switch between melee of some kind or leave a trap? Yeah, I don't know yet. It's hard to say. It looks like that middle button is the ultimate ability.
So by using right click, you're able to use a gauge to heal teammates. And the gauge fills up from like hitting enemies and doing critical hits and whatnot.
Oh wow, so like the archer can actually assist and like heal the party. That seems pretty fucking OP, man. 200-second cooldown? Yeah, yeah.
パーティー編成だったりとかその辺とご相談で調整ができるかなと思っております。
結構この狙って撃つのがね。
そうですね。まあこの動画だとロックオンしてるのとエイムをしてる両方混ざって、
Okay.
ロックオンしてる状態ですね。
There's two different ways to aim as well. You can lock on or you can do free aim.
I see. Why would anybody do free aim though? Well, I guess probably locking on you can't hit weak
So no,
spots.
the blue, I believe the blue damage is the critical hits, but their head is kind of low, so it's pretty easy to hit their head just even with locking on. But some enemies you need to aim to be able to get the
Weak
critical
spot
hits.
damage probably? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like the blue text there is the critical hits, and then the white text when it appears that's just normal.
その辺とかでパーティー全体の底上げをするクラス。
She just fucking kills him right there. There it is.
弱点をまず作る必要があるので、その辺は結構テクニカル。DPS だとテクニカルになっていくかなと。
Game's called Blue Yeah, yeah, this is Blue Protocol.
では次のクラスのご紹介をお願いします。
はい。それではスペルキャスター。
Next up is Spellcaster.
Okay, the mage. Got it. About what I would expect. 22 tunes still not released yet. They already announced.
High difficulty, long range class.
They're
and
releasing it in
it's able
spring.
to keep attacking as long as it has EP.
EP. What the fuck is EP? I don't see what EP even is. So it looks like dodging like requires stamina. Pretty expected. Jumping too. Okay.
You can also aim for elemental bursts because it has lots of different elemental attacks.
Okay.
So it has high burst damage, but it also needs to refill EP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
damage
There's
as
a lot
well.
of mages that work that way in games. This looks good, I'm convinced. Yeah, this looks good.
動画の方でやってますけれども、遠距離クラスのエネミーステップジャンプは、そこから攻撃ではなくて後方に、ジャンプして、距離を空けるように、仕様となっています。最初の頃は
So long range classes, enemy like step jump is, I think they're like he's jumping off, or the spellcaster's jumping off like the crab's head or whatever here. Like close range, you can jump off and do like another jump on top of the enemy to do like an air attack or something. But these long range classes can jump off enemies to get distanced away from them.
So it's like a disengage. That's cool. I like that. It's interactive. So they have to actually get close to get distance.
The mage is a DPS, yeah.
Okay.
EP のね回復で足を止めるというところがあるので、ソロで使ってると結構やっぱり
そうなんですよ。はい。
Yeah, this jump, like the double jump kind of mechanic is new here.
I think that the dodge teleport thing, the blink, is actually pretty good too. All right, that's cool. So that's four of the classes. What's the last one? Maybe like a... Oh, it's got to be healer. Yeah, it's like some sort of priest or something like that. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, it's got to be a healer. A gunner.
So as like a spellcaster, a lot of times you need to charge to do some attacks. So it's well suited for a party where you can have somebody kind of hold off the enemy while you're charging for another attack. And then you can kind of go on a rampage then if you're in a party.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Because you have to stand there and cast. Booba Rogue? No, it's going to be healer, bro. 100% healer.
And next up is the Heavy Smasher class.
Wait, what?
And this hasn't been in any of the tests so far.
What the fuck is this? Okay, alright. Alright, yep.
And it still isn't on the website yet.
Feeling very good about this. All right, let's see it.
So it's a mid to close to mid-range class.
Got it. It's a big giant ball.
それでは、ヘビースマッシャーのバトルの動画の方を、ご覧いただきたいと
So it has a powerful blow and also can protect allies.
Wait, it's a cat girl.
Are those like
What?
new like ears or something? I
Yeah.
see, like ears on like
Wait, well,
fox ears or
I don't have to
something.
play. I'm not
Probably
gonna have to
another
play a cat
accessory or something.
girl, am I?
とですね、ハンマーの
Oh my god.
射出できるんですけど、それのところを今さっきのは後ろに射出して、ジャンプしたりっていうところを、やったり
That's cool.
もします。で、基本的に、先ほどツインストライカーが、パーティーチェイン抜き、コンボ数稼ぎやすい、クラスと。
All right, this is looking good, guys. This is looking very promising. We got Whirlwind.
ちょっとわかりにくいんですけども、
Yeah, this is great.
高リアクション
Wow.
ですね。
I better not have to play a girl character, man.
ウリボとかだとすごい勢いで吹っ飛んでいくそうですね、はい、吹っ飛んでいくし、ダウンも取りやすいので、
Okay.
的になんだろう攻撃する
Okay,
タイミングだったりとか、こっちが
So currently it's fighting like a boss monster here, but
Yeah.
it has very strong, powerful blows. So like for weaker enemies, you can knock them back or knock them down very easily.
Okay, so it's like the Zweihander in what do you call it? Dark Souls 1. Sure.
タクティカルスキルそれぞれに、カートリッジ、まあ、ちょっとUI の、自キャラのちょっと下あたりですね、カートリッジがあるのが見えるかと思うんですけども、タクティカルスキルでそれぞれで
You can also see these cartridges here, but the various tactical skills kind of uses these cartridges.
Okay,
For
yeah,
attacks?
that makes sense. Sure.
何個使用するかみたいなのが決まってまして、
So there's like I guess it's a type of like energy for the
Yeah.
heavy smasher class. Based on the tactical skill, they might use a certain number of these cartridges.
I think that makes sense.
タクティカカートリッジがなくなると、タクティカルスキルもちょっと出なくなるので、
So once these are gone, you're not able to use some of your tactical skills. So yeah, I guess it's a unique kind of like energy system for the heavy smasher.
隙を見て、カートリッジのリロードをする必要がある。
So you need to reload the cartridges to be able to use the tactical skills that require them again.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
で、うまく、調整というかコントロールして、カートリッジがゼロの状態でリロードをすると、ボーナスが入ってカートリッジが2個多い状態で始まったりとか。
Oh, and there's also like bonuses if you reload when you're completely out of cartridges. You can start with like extra cartridges and things.
Okay.
あとは、リロードするときに、いろいろちょっと効果があったりっていう、バフスキルがあったりとかそういうことも、
And also there can be like some buffs and whatnot when reloading.
スキルの中に
I'm curious to see what that's really going to look like.
で、サブタンク的なちょっと立ち位置もちょっと持たせて
Yeah, I don't know if I like this one or
Somewhat of
not.
like a sub tank.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
ヒットポイントがその
Especially with like the amount of CC it has.
Has
縦で防いだり
higher hit points than some of the other classes.
スーパーアーマー、これ今のちょっと使ったバフは、スーパーアーマー不要のバフ
And also has super
スーパーア
armor.
ーマーとそのヒットポイントを
Okay,
生かして
so it can't get knocked around.
攻撃を無理やり耐え切るみたいな。そういうこと
So
も
just by using like the high HP and super armor, you're able to resist a lot of enemy attacks.
ちょっといいですが危険な
Sounds good to me.
こっちにタゲを取ったりとかっていうことが可能なクラスとなっている。
So when your maybe main tank is in trouble, you can kind of be a sub tank to back
Like
up and
taunt
take
off
some
or
hits.
something. Yeah.
出しながらツインストライカーがチェイン稼ぐとすればこれはダメージをこっちが追う分を割とこう分散してくれる
That's crazy you can knock shit down that's that big too.
頭を抑えるみたいなねそういうクラスになってますね
引き寄せしたりね。
そうそうそう無理やり引き剥がしたりとかしてるんで
自分そうですね。ボールを当てて自分が突っ込んで
Obviously good avoids. Look at that.
引っ張ったりみたいな。はい。
Yeah, a lot of this looks like
パーティー対パーティー
it seems like a lot of games try to emulate the Dark Souls style of like
し
dodging.
てる時に
I always worry about that with like online PvP though.
出ったりとかっていうのが得意な
That's the only thing I really worry about whenever I think about this.
It's also pretty useful class of kind of like breaking out the enemy. If the enemy group has like a tank enemy or something, like a shield enemy, you could kind of break them away and things like that.
Okay.
ピンチを結構ね切り抜けるのに適してはいますよねはい
それとそうですね。一番最初に言ってくべきだったですね。全クラス動画。
Yeah, I think this one looks pretty cool. I like this
アルティメ
one.
ット発動時にカットインが そうですね、演出が入るようになってまして、でこのカットイン
Whirlwind? Yeah, I would say so. No PvP, low amount. I don't know, like, I feel like most people don't play MMOs for PvP. I think PvP is good to have in MMOs, but it's not like this necessary thing. UI shouldn't cover the character. Yeah.
Also, when you use like your ultimate skill here, it has kind of like a cut in to your character using that skill. There was kind of a, I guess, division among the developers saying that you can't really see around you when using it, and it could be annoying to have that happen. So while you're using that and while it's cut into your character using that skill, you're completely invincible.
Sounds good. Yeah, looks good to me.
And it's also an option to be able to turn that off. So you can kind of choose how you want to view it. Yeah, so it seems like an option, so you can turn it on and off if you want, and you're also invincible during it.
本日お伝えする開発進捗は第1部としては以上となりますが、ご紹介した内容以外にも各種コンテンツやシナリオなど
So that was the 5 of them. Are they going to show any more or not?
So there's other things still in development that weren't talked about here, but...
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, they'll probably have more than 5 classes. Invincible or hyper armor? Probably both. Invincible during the ultimate, hyper armor during most attacks. I think that's what they said.
So moving into the second part, yeah, we're going to be talking about the closed beta feedback.
Okay, here we go. Let's see it. Yeah, so give you a good insight into like what they're planning, like where their mind's at.
I'll probably go back and look at the class stuff again after. So I think I might have missed some of the things, but that's the main thing. So almost to the end of the first part here. A special announcement here. What is this?
Who have been supporting Blue Protocol from overseas, stay tuned for an exciting update at the Game Hours on December 8th, 2022.
That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, I was thinking. Okay.
That's for all the global fans, I'm guessing.
Maybe that's going to be whenever they release the date. Like that probably would be.
They're going to have some kind of announcement there for all the global fans.
Yeah, yeah, it would make sense. That's the release date.
全部言えないから。
そうですね。はい。下岡さんのポロリが出ると困るので、
Don't worry that Shimoka might let something slip up, so we're gonna move on here.
Yeah, it's 100% the release date then. Just by the way they're acting. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I think it might have something to do with Korea. I think he was speaking Korean for a second there as a hint.
第2部は CBT 後の最終フィードバックとなっており、主にブルプロ通信発表後から情報を追い続けていただいている方や、CAT や CBT にご参加いただいている
Maybe Korea and release date information.
フィードバックを追ってくださっている方向けの内容とはなっております。
一部ですね、先ほどもお話ししましたけれども、実際のゲーム画面、今開発中のものですけれども、ゲーム画面お見せしつつ、進行を行っていきますので、割と初めて見る方も、あ、こんな仕様があるのだというような感じで見ていただけると嬉しいです。
Yeah, we just have to stay tuned for the Game Awards for definitive information.
Early access release date? I mean, I hope so. I want to play the game and see what it's like. And that's the network test. They showed this before.
Okay, so yeah, so... So yeah, so the network test signups are from the end of this first part of the stream to December 13th.
Yeah, it's like down here, right?
So
it's like probably end of
there's about a month to sign up. So December 13th is the end of the signups. So yeah, so the signups should be available soon on their site. So we're going to the second part.
Okay, alright, let's see it. Here's
I
the
might be
second
able to skip
part.
ahead here because I stopped some. I don't know if it started back up yet.
I'll just give it a
Okay,
second.
I think there's like another 10 minutes before it starts back up.
Yeah, they do have booba characters, guys. See? She's right there. And there's right there. See? 100% booba characters. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. You'll be okay.
Their site is updated.
Okay, so...
Yeah, it might only be Japanese signups for the test.
I would kind of assume that. I
For
will try to
global
sign up
information, I'll
anyway.
probably wait for the Game Awards. Yeah, but this looks like all updated. It's kind of fancy.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I feel like the worlds in the
I'll probably
game...
sign up for that later. Hopefully get in. it's 50,000, so it's probably going to be, you know...
50,000 is a lot.
A raffle or whatever, like a lottery system for...
Yeah, that's a lot of
signups.
people. If I could get in on
guess they
this, I
have
would
maybe
play
the new
it.
class information here. Well, Heavy
If
Smasher.
they'd let me.
I did add the Heavy Smasher in here.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe going into release, they're just going to have the first, these 5 classes to start, and maybe add classes later.
That's fine. I mean, whatever. So they do have cat girls, too. Yeah, everything should be fine, guys. It's okay. I know people are worried that they weren't going to have them. They will.
Same as the closed beta. In closed beta, I feel like there's a lot of people
Is there
trying to
bunny
sign
ears? No, if there's bunny ears, there's cat ears, too.
The support healer class
there's
is the
one,
Blast
there's all of them.
Archer. I'm going to go look back at some of the class stuff while waiting here.
I had to take a piss while we wait for this. Will this game have loot boxes? I don't know. Be right back.
Let me go back to the Aegis Fighter here.
はい、でイージスファイターなんですけども、タンクロールで今みたいに、縦でガードして、カウンターをするクラスっていうのは、変わりがありません。でちょっと大きく変わったのが、カウンターがですね CBT の時は結構なんだろう、縦を構えてる状態でカウンター待機状態になって、カウンターだったんですけども、そこの仕様を変更しまして、縦でガードした後に、の吹っ飛び中に攻撃をすることで、カウンターをする、本当にいわゆるガードカウンターのような仕様に、修正の方を行っています。で、今ちょっと出しましたけども、エネミーステップジャンプっていうシステムを、新たに、用意してまして、ジャンプ中に、エネミーに、接近して再度ジャンプをすると、いわゆる2段ジャンプをするような、
Yeah, so I guess for the Aegis Fighter, the main things they were talking about is the change to the counter system, where you can kind of have the guard counter as it is seen here, and also the enemy step system. They were talking about being able to jump off enemies here.
システムとなっております。でそこから、強襲攻撃を出すと、ボーナス強襲攻撃に、なって。
And I think it was if you jump off the enemy then and then do a like air attack, you do like a bonus air attack or something, bonus damage, maybe.
ちょっと強いというか、強化された強襲攻撃。
Oh yeah, so it's a little bit stronger, like air attack. Was it like strike attack? Was it?
でイージスファイターのボーナス強襲攻撃は、バインドが付与される、いわゆるこう、移動負荷ですね。
クラスによって強襲。
So and depending on the class, there can be some like various effects on the strike attack from like the air.
Okay. So each class has different
Oh,
strike
Asmongold's
attack.
watching me. Hello, Asmongold. Thanks
Hi.
for tuning in.
Thanks for translating. I appreciate it. You're doing great. I think. Actually, I don't know if he's doing great. I'll assume he is.
という感じになっております。はい。で、あとは、イージスファイターで一番大きなところで言うとですね、今までちょっとAI との兼ね合い等もあって、ヘイトシステムではなかったんですけども、今回から、本当にいわゆるヘイトシステムに、システムの方を変更しております。なので、イージスファイターの、スキルは全体的にヘイトが高めのものが多いというか。
Yeah, so he's saying that was it the hate system or aggro system?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably said overseas is something added. So a lot of the skills for the Aegis Fighter here has high aggro, so you're able to take enemy aggro, so you can able to act as a tank.
I'm worried that They're gonna do the same thing New World does, and like add in a Trinity system at the last part of the game, where it doesn't really make sense, you know? So I'll be curious to see how this plays out.
He's thanking me. Thank you, Asmongold. Big fan. Watched a lot of your videos.
Thank you. Thank you.
であと発動時にヒットポイント回復、発動時に、縦ゲージ回復、あと縦ゲージ消費軽減も確かあったと思います。
これまあこのグリッターモード。
Listening to something here. He's talking about like some kind of like shield gauge or something.
スーパーアーマー。CBT の時は攻撃するスキルだったんですけども。
So like in the CBT, the closed beta test, it was like the ultimate skills like attack, but here they changed it.
バフを自身にかけるアルティメットスキルとなりました。
Yeah, so it's like the ultimate skill that you put buffs on yourself.
バフの効果は、防御力上昇、スーパーアーマー。
So defense up, super armor,
ヒットポイント継続回復。
Yeah, all that makes sense.
HP recovery,
であと発動時にヒットポイント回復、
and when you activate it, health recovery.
Okay.
縦ゲージ回復、あと縦ゲージ
That seems really OP. A lot of these classes seem like they're self-sufficient completely.
アルティメットを発動すると今右側にゲージが出てると思うんですけど、
So then when you activate this ultimate skill, you have like a gauge on the right
攻
side,
撃によってレベルが溜まっていってまた発動。
and then this like levels up as you're using it.
そうです。で、再度、
We got right here.
今度は、味方にヒットポイント継続回復と、防御力アップのバフがかかるっていう。
And I guess by raising it, you're able to activate it again to give your allies healing. What was it? Healing up and something else?
ヒットポイント継続回復と、防御力アップのバフがかかる。
And defense up.
Other
So
classes have
yeah,
self-heals to
regeneration
offset
and
no heal.
defense up.
味方全体を、守るような。
So you're able to kind of
なっ
act,
ております。
be able to defend your teammates as well.
So it's like Tower Fantasy, where there's no like explicit healer.
攻撃力っていう感じの CBT の時にはまあ溜まったら打つかなみたいな合わせて打とうかなみたいな感じだったんですけど、まあ、例えば縦粉砕された後使おうかなとか味方の防御力一気にアップしたい時にこうしっかりグリッターモードをやるとか、まあ、その戦術の幅すごく
All right. Yeah, so I kind of, that was some of the parts I had missed during the tank when they were initially talking.
受ける感じのちょっとカウンターではなくて、どちらかというとこうなんだろう、まあ自分にターゲットが向いてるときはいずれにしてもカウンターは取れるんですけど、他の人にターゲットが向いてるときに車線に入り込んでガードして無理やりカウンター取る。でカウンターも結構 DPS 的には高いスキルなので。
Down here, I was just saying how like the counter attack can be kind of used offensively. It's not just enemies attacking you, but you can kind of cut into enemies when they're trying to attack allies or something like that. So you can use it as a kind of offensive skill.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that.
I think in a couple more minutes, the main stream will start back up again.
So it's like
So
actually
we'll
a
go back
counter
to that
ability.
once it starts. I think 2 more minutes or so.
わかりやすく言うと、この辺のワードってどこまで言っていいんだろう。さすがにもういっぱい用語ですから。
If I can't blame my hero for the inaccuracy, it's the point of playing. Archers have heals. You just blame them. I die in Lost Ark. Whose fault is it? The bards. 100%. It's not even a question. Or paladin. It's one or the other. Not my fault.
Yeah, so they got rid of the thing from the CBT where if you took damage, your gauge would go down to 0.
Oh, CBT is closed beta test. So you see like
So now
the
it's
combo
after the
gauge.
battle
See
ends,
that?
it'll go down to 0 after a little bit of time.
Yeah. So it's almost like rage.
で今ちょっとバフ使ってるんですけども、新しいバフ使ってるんですけども、バフがコンボゲージ
Combo damage doesn't seem like it's going to be
Okay,
that
so I
much
think
though.
it's kind of turned into it. For the Twin Striker, the combo thing is turned into like an energy gauge almost, where it builds up while you're fighting.
Closed beta test.
So like the combo gauge will build up while you're fighting, and you can use that
What do you guys
gauge
think it was?
to power your skills. So it's kind of like a unique system.
っていう新しいバフ技とスキルとなっております。で、ツインストライカーでいうと、あとはですね、右クリックのプラスアクションですね、の攻撃に、デフォルトで、ドレインと、スーパーアーマーの効果がつきます。で、さらに、
So yeah, and then the right click they added drain and super armor. And on the bonus strike attack from like the air, they also added drain.
Yep, all that makes a lot of sense, of course.
Yeah, so you don't really need to worry about taking damage now as the Twin Striker. You can just keep kind of fighting through it as like a berserker, keep draining like attacks and whatnot. So if you take damage, you can like drain to get it back.
I like that a lot.
Okay. I think the main stream is going to be starting back up here, so let me
Okay, let's see it.
go over here.
Oh shoot, is that a tail? Is that like an artificial tail?
Yeah, so it should be starting up momentarily.
What do you guys think? Seems not? No? Sword scabbard?
Here we go.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, here we go.
この揺らぎは来者のいやでも
ここであったのも何かの縁見殺しは夢見が悪い
I feel like this has a larger color spectrum than I haven't played everything in Genshin Impact. I've played it all, really. I've seen a lot of stuff in the game. It feels like it has a larger color scheme than Genshin Impact or Tower of Fantasy. Like a wider color theme. The only thing that I could see is like kind of problematic about that is like, you know, like in the old animated movies where there's like 5 barrels and like, you know, the barrel that like is gonna explode because it's like animated differently. I worry that like the characters and like the NPCs in the game will look like that whenever they're superimposed on a differently colorized background. So I'm kind of curious about that.
Oh, you wonder if it's going to be like Final Fantasy 14 main story quest?
I think for
maybe kind of similar. I remember it was like closed beta. You could kind of do parts of it on your own, and then there was also some
content
dungeon-like areas where you
that's cool.
kind of go into areas as a group, and then you could kind of go back to them as like a game loop to try to get materials to empower your weapons.
Okay.
Like crafting weapons. Because it's like the weapons you get in the game are from like crafting things you get in the dungeons.
Join forces with strangers. Oh boy. They're acting like it just started. But yeah, we're in part 2 now. Okay, alright, let's see it.
第2部ではブループロトコルについて CBT 後のフィードバックについて皆さんにお伝えしたいと思います。それでは番組
This is the feedback from the closed beta. That's my understanding.
はい、皆さん改めましてこんばんは。バナネントスタジオ、ブループロトコル開発統括ディレクターの福崎です。引き続きよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, so he's the development director, Fukusaki.
はい、第2部もよろしくお願いします。バンダイナムコオンライン、プロジェクトスカイブルーエグゼクティブプロデューサーの下岡です。
He's executive producer Shimaoka.
ちょっとね、一部緊張しましたんで。
そうですね。2部
Kind of nervous during the first part of the presentation, he says. He forgot what it was like to do it.
How many people are watching this? Let me see.
Alright, so for the second part, we're going to talk about the final feedback from the closed beta test.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how many people are watching. 23,000 people watching.
Information about the next beta. The network test signups are up currently on the Japanese site, and they're going to have information at the Game Awards, probably for a global announcement or something.
Yeah, yeah.
それではですね、第1部で時間を気にしていたっていうのがこの後から
Big numbers for YouTube at 6 a.m. Yeah, exactly.
始めさせていただきます。まずはこちらから。
And also it being like all in complete Japanese.
So 40 of these we're going through.
CBT, and I'm assuming FB
I'm
stands
going to
for
stop
feedback.
it for a moment to take a look at this. So what do we have here? So the CBT 1 out of 40 is the character making. So about, I guess, character creation.
Boob
so
sliders.
for character creation, we want more parts. この人に似たキャラクター
Look
ば
at
っか
that.
りになってしまう。差別化したい。So characters end up looking like everyone else's characters. We want it more diversify things
Tower of
more.
Fantasy had this problem.
And there's not enough voices, so we want more voices.
Tower of
We
Fantasy
want
had that problem too.
a wider age variety.
And that problem.
Yeah, so I guess more voices and more age variety. So I guess
Whenever you say
about
age
characterization.
variety, what do you mean by that?
All right, so here we are in
Okay.
the character creation.
There's only 2 options. Okay. So that makes her taller?
So different hairstyles.
Right.
新しい方ですね。
So I got some new ones in there as well.
これが
Incredible.
だからゲーム始めてすぐにあるキャラ
That's two-tone color, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that making character
You know, the main
customization
and subcolor for the hair.
is so important in these games. It is the most important thing. Whenever you're making your anime
Oh,
waifu,
the angle feature they
Yeah.
showed in one of their Twitter posts.
this is absolutely necessary.
You can adjust angles of the various parts.
そう反転がねそうそう反転が入った
Oh, you can flip the hair around as
Oh,
well.
it makes sense.
びっくりします
And the voices, it looks like some more options here.
So there's 6 options now, okay?
けど数は分かる
It's emo girl? Yeah, true.
男も見てみますか
Alright, let's see the
Like a male
guys'
character as
options.
well.
Okay,
These are
so
some of the
these are like
presets.
different baselines. Okay. Oh, alright, alright. Okay. Yep.
好きなとこだけね直すっていう
Okay.
So
They
you could like
don't-
choose a preset and then just adjust things.
They
as you
don't have a bald
liked.
option.
You wanted
If you
to?
guys saw that, there's no bald option in this game.
Show off the two-tone color.
Okay. That's fine.
Or you can adjust the gradation
They do? I don't see
point
it.
as well.
目の色眉毛の色などもきっちりこう変化するようにはなっております
Or you can also adjust eye color and like eyebrow color.
眉毛のね角度変えれるのがすごく良い
顔の印象がそれだけでやっぱりすごく変わります
By adjusting the angle here, the impression
That's good.
you get from the character changes quite a bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. This looks decent. I didn't see a booba slider, so like, I mean, you know, but
渋いのも
it's decent enough,
ありましたはい
はいでは次に参りましょう
especially if it's still at the beginning of the game.
試着できるようにしてほしい
There it is? Oh, okay,
Alright,
okay,
so
okay,
they
never
want
mind.
more, I guess, clothing and accessories. Want to be able to preview clothing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
こちらはスクリーンショットがございます
You
ね
got some screenshots
はい
for this as well.
Okay.
はい、いろいろ装備
I
してると思うんですけども
what I told you guys. I fucking told you. I said if they have one, they have
I
all
think
of them.
there's 7 different areas that you can put like clothing accessories on. So
7
you can have
different
like things on your
areas.
back or head and things like that.
頭目頬耳
What's it?
Mhm.
Head, eyes, cheeks, ears,
背中腰の7分
back, lower back.
ですね
Yes.
スクリーンショットだと、
Like
左
what
のスクリーンショ
accessories?
ットだと、ピアスつけてるのがわかりますかね。ちょっと
Okay.
全体的
Oh, I think there's like a pierce.
にやっぱり指はちょっとわかりにくいんですけど、はい、アクセサリーはつけられるようになって
So a lot of different places you can put accessories on.
ね当然できるように
はい、
はい
It just depends on how many of them there are and how much you can customize them. People want to have like their own individual character, you know?
入ります
We want underwear. We're going to be putting it in.
はい、これはねこのまま進んじゃいましょう
Oh,
次お願いします
okay.
はい、プレイヤー関連の冒険者ランクという
Why? Why do you think?
上げ方が分かり
So raising adventurer rank was difficult to
に
understand.
くいといったご意見でしたこちら今現像どうなっておりましょうか
はい、ですね。これもちょっと実機の方をご覧いただきたいと
We're
思い
going
ま
to
す。
show some of the changes they made about this.
結構変わったんですよね
はい、冒険者ランク
Okay, yeah, all this seems like it's just the same usual stuff that
They
we
added
always
this
see.
adventure board system.
Short. Short.
So there's like some, I guess, tasks and things you can do, and by doing it, it moves up to like the board.
Okay. All that makes sense. Sounds good.
No, and if you make it to a certain point, you're able to take the adventure rank up exam. So for this one, be like ranking up to level 2 adventure.
冒険者ランクが上がるといった形になっております。で、新しいランクになったら新しいランクアップ用のボードがもらえますので、そっちの方で。
And when you rank up again, you get like a new board for the next adventure rank.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I haven't played the game enough, so I don't really know how this plays into the game. Daily missions? Every game's gonna have daily missions. Every game has dailies. Dailies are fine. They're not bad.
And there's some like stuff on the side where you can get some
over-reliance on
I guess,
dailies
various
with
items
FOMO
and things
to
for
them
doing
is
some
bad.
like sub tasks and whatnot. Oh, you can also get like stamps to use in the game.
You don't play enough? You don't play
Or
at
like
all?
chat or
yeah, I have no idea.
whatnot.
That's what I'm saying.
ギルドからしっかりとお題の本をいただいて、そのお題の本をクリアするとテストがあって、それをクリアするとこうランクが上がって。
So it's like you get like a book from the guild with like tasks in it, and by doing those tasks, then you can start ranking up and whatnot.
A book of activities.
So it's kind of part of the world building of the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm about it. They have streak rewards that you can break the streak.
So yeah, the CBT system of like getting Imagine together was a little bit difficult to understand, so they made it easier to understand with this new system here.
That's good. Yeah, just better clarity for the game systems. All that makes sense.
エンハンスイマジン、旧インナーイマジン、そうですね。名前が変わりました。からエンハンスイマジンという名前に変更になりました。で、そういう装備を作る用のボードがありまして、
Oh, so there's also boards for I think weapons and like the enhanced imagines and whatnot.
What?
Where you can get certain like materials and stuff related to that weapon.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine.
So like when making equipment, you usually have like a recipe where you need like to get certain items and whatnot. But by using like these like tasks and whatnot, you kind of can progress.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. I get that.
You can kind of break it up into tasks. Like, oh, I'll do a couple of tasks today, and kind of break up the
monotony of it.
What you need to do to get that weapon.
Okay, so you can work at it incrementally. That's like in WoW. You know, you farm some stuff.
Or you can also like talk with friends. You're like, let's do like this task or whatever today.
And do more next.
You can kind of like progress together.
というわけで冒険ランクの上げ方が分かりにくいについてはこのような形になったと。はい、じゃあボードという。
Yeah, so like about crafting in this game, I think I saw some people in chat saying crafting. So as far as I remember, like all the like weapons in this game, enemies don't really drop weapons, they drop materials, and then you craft your own weapons to improve. And it's kind of like Monster Hunter where you like keep going through dungeons like multiple times to get materials to craft a new weapon. And they added like this new board system where you can have adventure stuff where you have this board for your adventure rank, but they also have it for weapons and other things where you can progress to get materials and stuff needed for weapons and things like that as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Matt's boring. It depends.
So, feedback on the lock-on camera.
Okay.
Some people said that they kind of felt like nauseous from how the lock-on camera worked, but I can't guarantee that's fully changed, because I guess that's kind of person-dependent, but they made adjustments to the lock-on camera.
That's good. I'm glad they did that. Is this dungeon-based or open world? I think it's both. I'm pretty sure there are dungeons in this game, though. I'm like 90% sure there are.
So it's kind of difficult to say that it's like completely no one will get nauseous or something like that, but they made a lot of improvements, they're saying.
Yeah, they improved motion sickness, for sure.
On to the next one.
It shows different enemy levels.
So
If it's like
it's
less
difficult
than
to
6
understand
levels,
the level difference with the enemy.
between less than 5
So I guess
and less
they
than
made
3
some changes
levels.
here.
Okay, so yellow is 3 to 5 levels above you, 6 to 7 is red, and then 8 plus levels above you is purple. Okay. So if
the
you see
enemy
perpy boys, that's
nameplate will
bad.
change depending on the level difference.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty common in games.
Yeah. Sure. And I'm assuming this white circle means that it will not give experience, or there's an experience reduction. You see that? And like the yellow here is right there. So I
So
feel
I
like
guess
that's
for
probably what
the
it
main
means.
part, you'd want to aim at taking out enemies around your same level. So the white enemies. So it's the most efficient way, I guess, to get like experience and whatnot.
You kill yellow boys, not white ones. Makes sense.
So if you see like a purple enemy, it's best to just like run away.
Get the fuck away from him.
コメントの中にキャラとの
Huh? Wait, what?
っていう内容が
Oh boy.
これクローズドベータテストの時に比べてカメラの距離もっと引けるようにそうですねはいどんどん行っております。では
Yeah, sure. I mean, all this makes sense. Easy to understand.
クラススキル関連のスキルビルドについてです。スキルビルドの自由度が薄い特化できないとか、スキルの役割が不明瞭で類似スキルが
skill builds.
スキルに相反する要素が少ないため現状は全部習得するだけになっているといったご意見となっております。
So this was the feedback from the closed beta test that there wasn't very much freedom to the skill builds. You want to be able to customize more.
That's good.
I guess this roles of the skills are it's kind of difficult to understand. A lot of skills were similar.
Yeah,
and
all
also,
that makes
like,
sense.
skills were you just kind of like acquired them. There wasn't really too much to them.
次のページのような内容をお伝えしておりましたが、現状こちらどうなっているでしょうか。
はい、強襲攻撃回避攻撃に関しては、第1部の、クラス動画でもあった通り実装しております。
Right, so they're talking about some changes they made to classes and skills and things. So they have like was it like a strike attack or whatever? This was the air attack, I believe, that you do like a jump attack. So they added that. They added the dodge attack. They added bonus for elevation. They added perfect dodge.
Oh.
And they added more diversity to skill builds and added additional skills.
Perfect dodge means there's going to be parries. Perfect dodges are in Tower Fantasy. I like perfect dodge
So it
mechanics.
kind of lights up when you do a
They're
perfect dodge.
Yeah. It's like a deflection in Sekiro.
Oh, so I guess they had put in elevation damage attack at one point, but after testing it, looks like they maybe omitted it in the game.
There's probably too much jumping for elevation attacks to happen. We could also make it like compounding. That's how the crow attack goes in Tower Fantasy. The farther down you hit, the more damage it does.
So I guess it was difficult to balance because they would have to balance around the idea that you'd be able to do some attacks at a higher elevation with that bonus. So that had to be taken into consideration for all balancing.
Yeah, all that makes sense.
And there'd be some things that could be weak without elevation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of difficult to balance, so they decided to, I guess, remove it.
高低差あるところだとね、後衛クラスそこにいると結構攻撃受けにくかったりするんで、そういったところでもともと得なんですよ、ちょっと。はい。
はいそんな感じになっております。
この中では高低差ボーナスはなくなりました。
Yeah, it's coming in 2023. The Japan release is in 2023 in like spring. So like probably between March and June.
Alright, they're gonna show off the game. So they added some, I guess, bonuses for maybe leveling up other classes as well.
Oh wow, okay. So this is the fighter with the dual axes.
スキル装備は別の画面だったりとかしたんですけども、
そうね。だからバラバラに装備してたもんね。
So before, I guess the menu was also kind of like broken up into different parts for equipping things to be separate as well, but now it's kind of put together. So you can equip skills here. You can put your imagines here.
So there's 7 total abilities, is that right? Minus like your basic attacks?
So I guess, and for tactical skills, you can kind of adjust them here, but currently have was like a buff, and a drain.
Okay.
あんまりこれしないけど、
ありえない感じのスキル設定となっております。なのでこの辺をどの
You can kind of open it up and switch around skills like this.
Okay, so it's kind of like Diablo 3.
So you have these 4 slots, and you can kind of put whatever you want in. In the closed beta test, it was kind of set where you only could choose between 2 different things for each slot, but now it's a lot more freedom where you can choose whatever in these 4 areas.
A lot more freedom to make broken fucking builds. That's good.
サブクラスの育成に関してなんですが、ここにクラス共有のアビリティっていうのがありました。
Okay, and they're talking about subclasses and whatnot. So down here, there's class abilities down here.
Okay.
And there's class shared abilities here.
What the fuck?
So you could use class shared abilities down here, or set class shared abilities.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I guess by raising up like a subclass, you could get like a certain ability to set into your main class here.
That's interesting. Or shared abilities like Final Fantasy? I don't know yet. I think it's like if you level up...
I guess the last thing that I also saw was it. Let's jump back a little bit.
If you level up another class, you can use their abilities.
Class specific, and I guess these are class shared. So you could have, like, for Twin Striker, I guess you'd put, like, certain abilities for Twin Striker here, and then you could have some stuff from the other classes that you got, you could put in here.
I wonder how that would work. I mean, that sounds really cool, but, like, wouldn't
so they made it a lot easier to equip different things as well, because everything was kind of separated before, but now it's all on the same screen.
では次行きたいと思います。お願いします。どのバトルもやることが同じで単調さを感じやすいといったご意見。
So this is one of the feedback. All battles felt the same. They were kind of monotonous.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, a lot of games feel this way because there's not enough variety in combat. It's also like badly designed or boring bosses. Everyone grabs mages, teleport? Yeah.
Okay, so in regards to this, they added a lot more skill variety. So you could have a lot more choices to how you build your character with the skills and whatnot. So that's going to add some variety. And also there's going to be more contents in the game. So more things to, I guess, tackle that adds variety to the combat as well. So they're going to be looking at that more in the network test feedback.
Yeah, the more nuances you add to combat, the more interesting it'll be, obviously. As long as the nuances are not just annoying, like getting staggered from every hit. I don't know what made me think of that.
はい、まあCBT とかと比べると、エネミーの攻撃パターンとか、V 破壊とか、まあ新しい要素をちょっと取り入れてやっていったり。
And I guess compared to the CBT, they added, I guess, different enemy patterns, and then also you can be able to like destroy different parts enemies, I believe.
Ooh.
There's, I guess, new mechanics.
It's like
I guess,
Lost Ark where you destroy the
AI reacts
scorpion
and things
tail.
as well.
That's good. I like that. That's big good.
ダンジョンが高速周回するだけになっている。
That's a lot of stuff.
ダンジョンの雑魚エネミーに意味がない。低確率ドロップでいいのでレアアイテムを実装してほしい。レアドロップで武器の現物入手ができてほしい。
Okay, so about this one. So this was feedback about dungeons. So I guess the problem with in a closed beta test is people would just rush through the dungeons, like kind of ignoring enemies. So yeah, there was no meaning to like the mob enemies or it's like random
Just
enemies
run to
along
the end
way.
and kill
You
the
just
last
ignore them.
boss. Yep.
And also people wanted rare items. I guess even if it's a low drop rate, they want some kind of rare item to be able to drop there.
Okay.
And also some people wanted weapons as a rare drop instead of just materials.
I mean, all that makes sense, sure.
はい、こちら現状いかがでしょうか。
はい、高速周回と雑魚エネミー対策に関してはですね、前でもちょっとだけ、お話をさせていただいたんですけども、ダンジョンの中に、中途にバトルエリアの方を設けてまして、そこの段階で、敵と戦わないといけないような、作りになっております。で、
So I guess they added some battle areas inside the dungeon where you'd have to fight enemies to be able to continue.
Hopefully that's not annoying.
までの雑魚エネミーをスルーして進行すると、なんですかね。
Just increase the drop rate of like small items from the enemies, and then people will want to kill them.
So
make them
and
more fun
if
to
you
AoE down.
ignore enemies on the way to the battle area, all the enemies you ignored will follow you to that battle area.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Just AoE the bitch down. Yeah,
So,
okay.
so if you ignore them, it's going to be a little bit more risky later on when all the enemies come together.
実装の方をしております。
スルーするとバトル
Shall we have base weapon for crafting? Yeah, something.
がいるので、範囲で借りたいとかだったらチャレンジしてみるのもあり。
まあ、うまくねこう
But it's also a potential strategy where you could intentionally pull the enemies all the way to like the battle area and have them group up for area of effect attacks.
That's good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You could have like your blast archer clump them up with their like ultimate and whatnot. So there's like some strategies you could do with that as well.
最近私たちがプレイして、
Is this game pay to win? We don't know.
まんまと全滅するっていう。
Yeah, we're not
So
sure.
it can be risky, but there are also some strategies you could do with it. You might wipe.
まあぜひね
Yeah, but there's a lot of things to kind of test out with it.
Yeah, sure.
レアドロップに関してなんですけども、
About the rare drops.
スクリーンショットの方をお願いします。
So we got screenshots here.
はい、ダンジョン
Okay,
中
blue is rare. I've seen this before.
レ
Yes.
アドロップで、まあ、一番レア度の高い宝箱がドロップします。装備が入ってます。はい。
So there's a chance for like a rare, like treasure chest or whatever to appear, and it have equipment inside of it.
この間
I thought you couldn't get equipment, or is it just weapons that you don't get on baseline?
これは
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
このメンバープラスディレクター陣で、テストプレイをしている最中に
They said it's not pay to win.
で
やっぱ出たら盛り上がる
A lot of people say
So
that.
they're testing it with other developers, and like this was like a screenshot from the other day or something, where rare dropped appear, and they got really excited.
っていう状態ですね。はい。
I mean, them saying it's not does matter though. Like obviously, like I'll take their word for it for now. There's no reason.
So
to
you're not
disbelieve it.
able to see what's inside the treasure chest until you clear
しながら、はい、プレイ
the
してい
mission.
ただければ
Oh, okay.
いいかなと
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
はい、まあ死んでますけど。
Of course.
そこそこ修羅場っていたので、はい。
はい、もうここね実はログの画面なんですが、パーティーチェインのボーナスの効果とかも出てて、
そうですね。
BJ ネとかやっぱ強いですよね。
This is kind of like a log from, I guess, like the chat box or whatnot. And then this one's saying that there was an additional mission clear bonus added, which I think is this like rare treasure box. But I also have information about the party chain bonus.
Yeah.
And the party chain is like your party continually hitting attacks. I believe that's what they were saying in the class videos. But there was a bonus here of regeneration from a party chain bonus.
Yeah, all that makes sense. Sure.
ビジェネ出た時 死なないのか。
Pinwin just subscribed for some advantages. So it's like Crystalline Aura.
But
and Lost Ark.
they got regeneration from the party chain bonus. Like, all right, we won't die now, and then they wiped.
Yeah, of course.
すごいなんかめちゃくちゃ回復するって思ったけど。
そうです結果死んだ
それ以上。
Yeah, just like, oh, we're healing so much, and then wiped.
そのゲームは以上です。
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how hard the game is.
はい、戦闘アクション関連で表示されるエフェクト関連ですね、細かく設定できるようにしてほしい。自身に必要なエフェクトのみを表示したい。
Okay, so this is feedback about effects. So you want to be able to make fine adjustments to what kind of effects are displayed on the screen. Or you only want one's own effects displayed. I don't want to show, or there's another feedback saying I don't want to show other people's effects, but want to be able to see heal areas or effects for like buffs.
Yeah,
and
turning
things like
off
that.
other players' effects. That's good.
ヒールエリアなどの有用なエフェクトは表示したいというご意見となっております。こちらいかがでしょうか。
はい、こちらも実機の方をご覧いただ
Improve
きたい
drops
と
to
思
get
い
better
ます。
weapons by building them. Rare drops for better weapon builds. It might. Yeah.
They're showing this in game as well.
I see. So there's different sliders. Okay. Because yeah, having everybody shit on is like you already saw.
So the UI,
combat's super
there's like a
flashy.
scaling UI things, a lot of different other settings here. But
So yeah, it's everybody had that turned
okay,
off.
so this
You wouldn't
is
be able to see the boss.
all-in-one display, or you can choose to display separately. So like one's own effect, or just like attack and healing effects, attack placement effects, healing placement effects, party member effects. So there's a lot of... Okay, for the numbers are just a part of debugging environment, so probably ignore those.
Okay. So it's not like you can only see effects from a certain party member or something.
Yeah, so you can choose what kind of your own effects you want to see, what you want to see from your party members. And also people from outside your party as well.
一度ちょっとエフェクトの、制限とかをかけたんですけれども、なんだろう回復エリアがわからんっていうところ、問題がありまして、もうそのことも細かく分けてしまえっていう感じで、はい、一番細かく、区分けてこの辺を設定できるようにして。
Yeah, so they divided up quite a bit. Be able to see like healing areas and whatnot as well separately.
All that makes sense. Yep.
それぞれのちょっと見やすいだったりとか、その辺に合わせて、調整していただければと思います。
So can people kind of adjust it to their liking?
はい、では次お願いいたします。
もう続いてあれなのかな。
はい、移動キーの連続入力による回避の、入力時間をオプションで調整できるようにしてほしいという内容ですね。
はい、こちら。
So 移動キーの連続入力による回避キー入力時間をオプションで調整できるようにしたい。So I guess there was a way to dodge by pressing a button consecutively. I believe.
Okay, some
like
sort of
pressing a
exploit
direction
shit.
consecutively
Yeah.
would be a dodge, and people wanted to adjust, I guess, the time that the dodge would occur, like the timing.
Oh,
of
is this like
how
the perfect
quickly you need to
dodge?
press the button consecutively for the dodge?
Okay, so those are all the controls. All right.
Okay, so they added, I guess, 3 different types to adjusting it. So by pressing the movement key consecutively for dodging, you can have the normal timing, you can have longer timing or a shorter timing.
I don't know how that would really
You
make
can
sense.
avoid misinput.
Maybe it's like a cooldown if like somebody double taps the ability.
And this is also like a setting you could also turn off if you didn't want to have the consecutive button dodge. You could set I think it's a control or something. You can have a key for dodging.
Yeah, yeah, sure. That makes sense, like spacebar. Or shift.
So I guess it's kind of depending on the person. Some people like pressing the movement button for dodge, and some people like have a dedicated dodge button.
Oh yeah, I guess that does make sense.
So
Yeah,
people
sure,
can
that's a
kind
good
of
idea.
set it as they would like.
さっきのね、そのバフなんかもやっぱりその PC のスペックとかいろんなことがあるので、まあそれ自分にとって何がいいのかっていうのを、まあ
Yeah, so I think they made it so that they had a lot of options for the settings, so you can kind of choose things
まあその辺なんですか
to fit
まあ
how you would want to play the game.
Yeah, sure. I think all that makes
この
sense.
3人プレイスタイル意外と違う
So even among these three right here, they have different play styles. So,
これがいいんじゃないかって言ったら
so people have their own settings as well.
Yeah, I think giving people more options is always better. Every single time.
結果ね、はい、結果そうなりました。はい、
はいこんな感じになっております。
はいありがとうございます。では次お願いいたします。
All right, next up.
はいクラススキルからですね。
Okay.
クラスごとに装備セットを登録できるようにしてほしい。クラスチェンジに事前に登録した装備セットを装備してほしい。クラスチェンジに時にイマジンを装備し直すのが不便。
はい。
All right, so this is about equipment sets, I believe. So, クラスごとの装備セットを登録できるようにしてほしい. So we want to be able to set equipment sets for each class.
Yeah, New World's been needing this for a while.
And also when changing classes, we want to have the registered equipment change automatically.
Yeah, all that makes a lot of sense.
And when changing classes, re-equipping the Imagine is inconvenient. And the Imagine's like the stats for your class. It's like basically your armor kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
はい、これに関してはですね、バトルセットという形ですね。はい、クラスごとにというよりかは何枠か、装備セットを事前に登録できるようになっておりまして、クラスチェンジの後に、その装備セットを選んでいただければ、その元々登録した装備セットに、なるようになります。っていう、はい。
Yeah, so it looks like they kind of implemented this, where they added some equipment sets for the classes, and then when you switch, you can change to them.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All that makes sense. I get that.
So you could have, I guess, a different equipment sets based on your build as well. For you could have like a solo, like if you're a blast archer, you could have a build for soloing, for healing, for buffs, or things like that.
Yeah, sure. All that makes sense.
So instead of just like for each class, it's kind of like inside the classes as well. You could have multiple equipment sets available.
I think having different equipment sets you can swap between is like super important.
All right, so yeah, this feedback has been fixed.
喋ること多いから必死なんですよ。だから裏で準備してるんでそこそこ必死なんですよ。
次の画面を見せるやつにキャラクターを移動させたりしてますからね。そうそうそう。
Thought this was like a small dev game? No, it's a big game.
これ次。
It's just taking a long time to get it out. That's all.
はい、他のクラスのスキル、スキルボードを、クラス変更せずに確認したい。他のクラスのスキルをクラス変更せずとも習得したいという。
Alright, so this is about looking at skills on other classes. So we want to be able to look at the skill board of other classes without changing the class. And you also want to be able to acquire skills of other classes without changing class.
Oh, okay. So it's like a quality of life thing, it sounds like.
I think I have a screenshot about this.
So that's like all the different abilities, because I remember seeing some of these in the last shot. Those are your ultimate abilities right there, see? I think these are like the left and right click, maybe?
So before it was like you had a skill tree and you used skill points to acquire the skills.
Yeah.
But they changed it to a level up system where you acquire skills as you level up.
Okay. So that's like WoW.
So
sure, all that makes
sense. And looking at here, we have, for example, like Aegis Fighter, Twin Striker, Blast Archer. So the various classes, you can see your level for them. And looks like you're able to select other things and check out what your current skills you have for them. We have ultimate skill, normal attacks, tactical skills, class ability, and base abilities here.
Okay, sure.
覚え切るか否かっていうまず議論があって、覚え切らない場合に ある意味こうなんだろうスキルリセットとか、その辺のちょっとストレスが高いよねっていう話。
So yeah, I guess in a closed beta test, you'd have like the skill tree and you would want to like unlock the skills, but I don't think it was possible to unlock all the skills. So if you wanted to do like a different build or try out a different skill,
Yeah.
you'd have to reset your skill tree, and that was kind of an inconvenience.
It's annoying.
それは厳しいよねって話があって、
Yeah, all that makes sense. I like that.
レベルマックスになった時に、ポロって言ったけど、レベルマックスになった時にスキルを全部覚える形。
About changing classes on the fly, I'm not sure if they changed it, but in the closed beta test, you would talk to a certain NPC to change classes.
Okay.
Not sure if they have the same system or if they changed it where you can change classes on the fly. They might talk about it later on.
That seems fine to me.
Yeah, so they were saying how they didn't really see a point to having like those skill points in the game. So it felt like kind of stressful if you like feel like you made a mistake when choosing like a skill or something, like, oh, I should have done something differently, and then you feel stress from that. So they kind of removed that stress.
Yeah, that's really good.
So, yeah.
A lot of games like punish you for bad mistakes like that.
Yeah, so now you get skills by leveling up.
That's really good to hear.
And you're able to see what skills you will get from leveling up.
Yeah, that's great.
And you're able to check other classes' skills
Point remorse?
as well.
Yeah. It happens. A lot of people do that.
So it's another enjoyment to leveling up. You can see like what skills are going to be coming up soon and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you only can choose 4 skills at one time, so there's kind of like a skill build mechanic that goes into it as well. You unlock new skills, but you can only have a certain number available, so choosing which skills to put together is also another fun part of the game.
Yeah, sure. I think that definitely is true. Very much agree with that.
And they're saying that since you're choosing the skills to put in the slots as well, you didn't really feel like you needed to choose what skills you needed to unlock as well. So that's why they also removed kind of the skill board system.
It becomes redundant.
So instead of unlocking skills, it's more like choosing what skills you want to use. So here's another feedback point. Some kind of training mode.
Oh,
like a scarecrow or something like that.
Yeah,
like
Lost Ark has this. It's really useful.
Training dummy. I think they had something like this before on like Twitter.
Yeah, this is important for games to have, so
Also, they
people
have
can
a
try things
in-game-
out to see if they're good or not. To test their own damage, so they're not like doing logs and parsing. Oh, there it is.
There.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay,
fell.
so this is actual gameplay right here. Okay.
Oh, and here we got some training dummies, it looks like.
Got it.
So you're able to test out your skills and whatnot.
Okay.
So you could kind of test out various builds.
So it's like the more damage you do, the more damage you do. The more attacks you do.
So it's currently outside the main city, Aster Leeds, but they have them set at various locations.
Yeah, just having them outside like fucking main cities and shit,
So you
that's
can
totally
kind of
fine.
choose wherever. It's not like the test dummies at various locations change at all, but it's like choose whatever you want.
I mean, as long as they're in the game, people will go to them. That's what matters. They don't have to be like everywhere in the game.
バトル状態っていうのがあるんですけど、ちょっと特殊、科学的特殊条件にしていて、カカシの近くで抜刀していると強制的に戦闘している状態っていう、はい、形になっております。カイザーエルクいたのかな。カイザーエルク思い出した。
So I guess when you go into close range with like the test dummy, it puts you into like a battle mode with it.
カイザーエルクで落とされたんで、はい、
Okay.
鈴木さんが勝手に落ちました。
ここでね練習というかまあコンビネーション試していただいたりとか。
Yeah, so you can try out different combinations and attacks and things.
属性ダメージの割合とかがどれぐらいかみたいなことも。
I sure hope guilds in this game can have a lot of people in them. Not like 100, like a New World.
Damage and whatnot.
I think Tower of Fantasy only let 100 people in it too. Like I want like 5,000 or like 1,000 player guilds.
Right,
to invite like way more people in.
高レベルのイマジンもステータス調整して使えるようにしてほしい。イマジンのレベルシンクということですね。イマジンが弱い、効果が薄く恩恵を感じにくい。
So when changing classes, want adjustment to a high level of Imagine and to be able to use it. So an Imagine level sync. And once again, this Imagine is like your base stats, your base like armor and stats item. I guess your base stat item in the game. It kind of puts all the stats on the Imagine, and then your armor like appearance in the game is all cosmetic. At least it was in the closed beta test. So they kind of separated stats and appearance.
Oh wow!
But what they're saying here for the feedback is that they want to be able to. You got like a high level like Imagine or like stat item, right? And then when you switch to a lower level class, you want to be able to continue using that high level stat thing with a level sync.
はいですね、イマジンだけではなく、装備すべて、
Especially transmog? Yeah, I don't know yet.
装備できるようになりました。で、
Alright, so they made it so you can use not just Imagine, but like all equipment, even if it's a higher level than you are currently.
装備した上で、自分のレベルに合わせて、レベルシンクされて、パラメータが調整される。
And it will sync to your level.
なっております。
Oh.
はい。で、あと
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen a game try this before. At least not that I can think of. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be like. Level sync for armor, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, New World kind of does that with like your water.
Also, with like Imagines, you had like was like a battle Imagines where you could summon Imagines as like a special skill, and people were saying that they didn't really feel that powerful, so they adjusted it so it's more powerful than like your standard tactical attack, which is like your main abilities that you use to your like main skills.
Yeah.
But it's not as powerful as like your ultimate attack.
Okay, sure.
So it's kind of like in the middle now.
はい、では次お願いいたします。はい、マウントのエネルギーが少ない、エネルギーはいらない、止まっている時はエネルギーが減らないようにしてほしいといった内容です。
Okay, so next one is about mount energy. It said mount energy is too little. We don't need mount energy. While you're standing still, we don't want mount energy to go down. So this is another feedback from the closed beta test where mounts would have energy. And when you summon the mount, the energy would start going down. And once it completely went to 0, you wouldn't be able to use the mount again until you went back to a town.
That sounds stupid. Yeah, that sounds stupid. Why? It's just annoying.
複数のマウント入手でメリットを付与するというお話をさせていただいておりますが、現状どうなっていますか?
So before they talked about some changes they made to the mount system, where they said that even if you didn't have energy, you'd be able to continue riding it.
Right.
But you would be
slower or what?
So it'd be a little bit faster than normal player movement, but maybe not as fast as energy with a mount with energy. And they added merits to unlocking multiple or like different kinds of mounts.
Why? Yeah.
They're going to show this in game as well about some other changes they may have made since then.
Okay, here are the mounts. Let's see it. Okay.
So on the mount.
Right. Okay,
so while you're on it, nothing really decreases.
Oh,
looks like they changed it to a dash meter. Right. So it's, while riding it normally, it's faster than like a player's normal like run speed.
Yeah.
で、
And dash, I think, makes it go.
But you're also
I
able to
see.
use a dash button now to
Does it
dash on the mount.
regen while you're on the
And then the
mount or
dash
not?
gauge goes down,
Oh, it does. Oh, that's
and
great.
it slowly gauges back up. So it's like a stamina gauge now.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, awesome. Great, so they got rid of that system. It's good now. Awesome. Crisis averted.
走りながら降りて
Big improvement. Saved.
としては、走りながらの
Started from the bottom, now we here.
ジャンプしなが
飛び乗りができます。
All right, so they implemented it so you can jump on the mount while running. That's a very smooth transition
I
right
like
there.
that. Yeah, that's
So
cool.
you run and then you can jump right onto your mount while running.
でそのまま飛び降りもでき
And then you can jump right off of it as well. That's a very smooth
Very
transition.
important to be able to do that because it looks cool.
できますよね
And you can go right from jumping off the mount into an attack.
Okay.
という感じで、はい
かなりね自由度は
Yeah, it's like Elden Ring.
まあまあ本当に全く
I bet they probably have a big tree in this game too, just like Elden Ring.
そうですね、はい、ストレスはなくなったかなと思っております。
まあダッシュしてない間自動でね回復しますし
あとはすごく地味な調整なんですけど、再度乗れるようになるまでのタイミングを、
ああ
はい、調整
これね
しました。
はい
I guess they also showed a UI change here, but you can see how long you have to wait until you can get back on the mount again.
Oh, it's down there with like the horse? Yeah, I
はい
see.
調整の方が入
You
っております
press G and then it gets you on the mount. Yeah, it's not even a long timer. It's like 2 seconds.
はい、ミニマップの倍率変更をしたい、ダンジョンにもミニマップが
That's a good
欲しい
change.
といった内容となっております
That's a big dub.
はい、こちらに関してはですね、スクリーンショットの方お願いします。はい、
So these are the
ダンジョンにも
maps.
ミニマップの方を、実装いたしました。で、ですね、ミニマップの倍率変更に関してなんですけども、一度実装の方は行ったんですが、ちょっと副作用としてのデメリットが大きいな。
So this is about mini-map, the layer map. You want to be able to see the maps, I guess, inside the dungeons. I believe before they didn't like have that.
Yeah, that's good. I remember WoW added that in like Wrath or Cataclysm or something. I think it was Wrath.
そのデメリットっていうのが、
It was a huge improvement.
倍率がアップして、
People getting lost in BRD.
分かりやすくなるよねっていう部分は、達成できたんですけども、バトルの終わり際に、次にどの敵に行こうかっていうちょっと広い範囲を見たいよねっていうところがアップしたがゆえに
This is our
見えなくなってしまったので
time.
ちょっとそっちの、ストレスの方が大きいよね
It seems that way.
ちょっとここに関しては、実装の方は見送らせていただきました。で代わりではないんですけども、レイヤーマップっていう仕様を、新しく実装しまして、
強化マップみたいなやつですね
そうですね、はい、
One second, let me jump back. I kind of missed the beginning of it.
なるよう
Okay.
っていう
といった内容と
All right, so this was the feedback about the minimap size. They want to be able to change the minimap size and also being able to display the minimap inside the dungeons.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that makes sense. Of course, you'd want to be able to change the
スクリーン
minimap.
ショットの方お願いします。はい、ダンジョンにも、ミニマップの方を、実装いたしました。
Yeah, so they made it so you can see the minimap inside the dungeon now.
ですね、ミニマップの倍率変更に関してなんですけども、
Sure, all that stuff is just like smart,
So
good
they added
game
like a
improvements.
zoom
These are all
feature
good.
to the map, the minimap.
がちょっと副作用としてのデメリットが大きいなという。
But there was some, I guess, problems or demerits with doing
判断を
it.
しまして、ちょっと実装の方を見送らせていただき
So
ま
they're gonna kind of put that on the back burner
した。
currently.
ちょっとその
It's good to see them listening to the feedback this thoroughly. This is crazy.
So by, I
Especially like
guess,
that mount thing,
zooming
that's
in, you
really
could be able
big.
to see better your position in regards to like the enemies and whatnot.
バトルの終わり際に、次にどの敵に行こうかっていうちょっと広い範囲を見たいよね。
But at like the end of the battle, seeing like where you want to go
ア
next,
ップしたがゆえに見えなくなってしまったので
and if you're zoomed in, you wouldn't be able to see that.
Yeah, sure. I think that makes
ここに
sense.
関しては、実装の方は見送らせていただきました。で代わりではないんですけども、レイヤーマップっていう仕様を、新しく実装しまして、
強化マップみたいなやつですね
So they added this like layer map feature as well. It's not a replacement exactly for this like zoom feature, but it's another thing they added.
Okay.
通常の、活動をしながら、マップが見れるような形ですね。
So while I guess moving around, you can kind of have like this, I don't know, like half like partly visible map displayed,
で、マップの
Okay.
そのマップの、透明
and you can
度というか
adjust the opacity the icon size.
So just more customization. That's good.
And I guess it was just I guess
Yeah,
the
all
zoom
that is
level of
good.
it.
大きさその他諸々っていうのも調整が可能となっております。で、ダンジョン中のレイヤーマップは通ったところが自動でオープンされるような形になっております。
And for the dungeon layer maps, areas you've gone through have automatically update and just get displayed.
かなり自由にいじくれるので、これ
I thought it's kind of neat that they have like this like overlay kind of map that you can have displayed.
いじくって言ったら
If you want to, you're probably able to adjust the position, I'm guessing, and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like Path of Exile.
And whatnot.
And like Lost Ark has this too, where you press like Tab versus M, and like Tab shows like the overlay map.
でね、周りのもっとエネミーの範囲見たいとかの需要も異なるので、ちょっと情報量変わっちゃうなというところで、あまりこう適切ではないなというところで、やめさせていただいたという形となっております。
今コメントで隠し化のところ。
Yeah, so I guess you have like just a mini map normally, and then you have this layer map feature now that you can kind of have displayed over top.
戦闘時と非戦闘時で切り分けたらいいのではってのがあったんですけど、本当にその形で
それをやってました。
戦闘状態になったらアップにするっていうのをやったんですけど、戦闘しながら次をやっぱり考えたいっていうところがあって、それが見れないっていうところにちょっとストレスが高いなっていう、テストプレイを繰り返して、ちょっとこれはストレス高いなっていうのがあって、ちょっとやめた。
タンクやってると他のエネミーどこにいるんだろう、パーティーメンバーどこにいるんだろうって気になっているところで情報量がちょっと減ってしまうんですよね、アップになる。
アップにするとね。
They're just saying, yeah, I guess like zooming in on this mini map, I guess some of the merits with it were that depending on a class, you might want to see different information. Like if you're zoomed in too far on a tank, you might want to be able to see where other enemies and whatnot are.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess there was just some like problems with maybe
I think
design.
Yeah, just player customization
That's
is
why
all
they
people
put it
need.
on hold for now.
Yeah, sure.
出っ放しではないです。
で、そうですね。
ショートカットで切り替える。
出したり消したりは、一瞬確認するとかね。上だっけ下だっけとかね。
I think they was it for this. I think layer map they added like a button where you can display it just for like a moment if you want to like check where the map is or something like that. So you can kind of display it on top for a moment.
はい、では次お願いいたします。はい、フィールド踏破の場所が分かりにくい踏破時の
Next, what is this?
内容です。こちらどうでしょうか。
はい、こちらもスクリーンショットの方お願いします。
Oh,
So I guess it was difficult to understand where you needed to go to, I think, like unveil like parts of the map.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I think there was like, was it Tohas, like there was like certain like points that you went to uncover the map.
Yeah, it seems like Lost Ark type.
And I think they got rid of that system of going to points to uncover a map. Like I guess it was like points of interest kind of.
So it's like more like, wow, you just go in the general area and you just
So now it's
discovered that
just
area.
Wherever you travel, the clouds will go away.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, a lot more intuitive.
というのもちょっと実際に自分がそのエリアにいるんだけど、なんか踏破ポイントがなかなか見つからなくていつになっても雲が晴れない。
So I guess before, like in the closed beta test, you could be like in an area. You could be walking around in it, but you couldn't find like that point to like unveil the map.
Oh.
So you'd be like kind of covered in clouds, even though you're like walking around the area. So they changed that system.
Fog of War makes no sense in MMO though. I think after you've, I think exploring once it does make sense. Beyond that, it doesn't. And I think that like just going into the area in general and exploring it is better than having to go to like one specific spot and click a button or activate some sort of thing. Yeah, just walking around is fine. It works in WoW, it works everywhere else. It's okay.
Yeah, so a lot more instant feedback. It clears up right as you walk through it now.
隠しを探す的な要素がちょっとなくなったんですけど、それはそれで
言いにくいことなのか
共有話ではない。
ということで、踏破の楽しみもあるかもねということです。
あるかもね。はい。
But there might still be maybe some things to search for. It seems like you're kind of like saying in a roundabout manner that there might be things to replace, like those old points of interest.
Okay.
Maybe you can like find
that's
special,
way better.
like, areas and things.
People like going around and exploring and collecting
aside
shit.
from like uncovering the map here.
Yeah, of course.
はい、では次お願いいたします。 はい、今持っているアイテムで装備やイマジンが作れるかをその場で確認したいという内容。
So this was feedback saying I want to be able to check if I can make an equipment or an imagine from what I have, what the items I have currently.
Uh-huh.
I'm able to check that right away.
And imagine, is that like Animate Guardian? Where you give it gear and weapons, I wonder.
Alright, so they added this wish list feature.
Okay,
where you
so
can
like a
set items
checklist.
that you need or want for things, and then you can check how many you have. And you can go right from, I guess, the craft. This is like a enhance, imagine craft, or whatever, or a weapon craft. And you can click add to the wish list, and it gets added right here. So this is an adventurer sword. Adventurer sword, and that got added here. And this other one here was added down here, so you can kind of add things to your wish list to see what items you need.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. If you're trying to like make a weapon or something like that. Yeah, of course that makes sense.
Yep, and you get check marks once you get all the items you need. And once you get all the items you needed for a certain thing, there'll be like a notification that appears that's saying that you got all the items you needed for that equipment or imagine.
Got the seed.
では次もちょっと関連しているんで次も行きましょう。お願いします。はい、画面に表示できるクエストの数が少ない、もっと増やしてほしい、クエストの進行段階が分かりづらい、複数のクエストの進行状況を表示。
So this is about questing.
Okay.
So number of quests that can be displayed on the screen is too little. I want to display more, and also it's difficult to determine progress in a quest and be able to check progress of multiple quests at once. Or
So it's like being able to
display
track
progress
more
of
stuff
multiple
at the
quests
same
at once.
time. Sure.
まずクエスト、同時表示できるクエストの数は、増やしました、3点まで増やしました。で、もうちょっと出せるかなと思ったんですけども。
So I guess they made it so you can display up to 3 quests at once, and they thought that they'd be able to, oh, sorry, clicked out further. They thought they'd be able to do more initially, but
ステップが多いクエストっていうのがやっぱりありまして、で最大のステップ数のクエストに合わせて調整すると、
but there's certain quests that have a lot of steps to them,
Okay.
and having those multiple steps take up space. So they had to take that in consideration.
Yeah, I think just let people track like 5 or
So
6 quests
up
at
to
a
3
time.
quests is the max that they thought they would be able to display.
3 could be okay depending on what the quests are. I feel like that's not enough though. At least for a lot of games
So
I've
they got a
played.
screenshot about quest progress.
Okay.
まあクエストの方、一番目がクエストですね。クエストから
Yeah, this is Grand Theft Auto 6, guys. If anybody's
So
new,
I guess
yeah,
from
it's
like
Grand Theft
the
Auto 6.
quest menu here, here's the quest you have accepted. You can click a button to put it on your HUD here. And then you can check to see the progress you're making.
で、デフォルトだと、ショートカットキーが J ですけども、J で、今そうですね、クエストリスト、ウィッシュリスト、あとアドベンチャーボードのお題。
And the default button is J, but by
For
pressing
journal.
J, you switch between
I
3
bet.
different things here. You have your quests, you have your wish list, and then you also have your adventure board.
ですね。を、切り替えながら、同時に見ることができる。
Yeah, I feel
So you
like
can
all
kind of
that
switch
makes
between
sense.
different
Sure.
things to
という
display.
形になっています。
なので先ほどご紹介したアドベンチャーボードとかウィッシュリストも、ハットにこう登録するハットに表示するものを選んでそのハットはクエスト
Yeah, 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 but what about the waifu? Chill out.
J キーを押すことで
Is this gacha? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I don't know.
なったと。
まああとは集まったらね、J キーを押してなくてもピコーンって
あ、そうですね。J キ
集まりましたよって
ーハットに
出てくるんで
ここにこうウィッシュリストってしてなくてもピコンって集まった時には出ます。
で、はい、登録自体
ね教
をされているので
えてくれます。であとねちょっとコメントで、
はい
鑑定どうなったのって 書かれてるけど、この後言わない気がする。
It's crazy to see how like they didn't talk about this game at all for like a year, and they come back and they have all this feedback that they put into the game.
I guess in one of the YouTube comments, people are asking about
really
the appraisal
surprising.
system that was in the closed beta, and they don't have that in their current list of things to talk about today, but there's something close to that, so they're gonna probably touch on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
別にひどいことになってないんで大丈夫です。
ひどいことにはなってない。
Nothing too horrible, so don't worry about it, they say.
That's what they all say.
はい、ハットからですね、ボタンが小さく、カーソルが合わせにくいとか、位置が離れており移動量が多いといった内容と。
Okay, so this is feedback again. So buttons are too small and it's hard to place cursors on them. And the buttons are too spread out.
Use
And
your
there's too much
keyboard,
movement
idiot.
between buttons.
こちらいかがでしょうか。
はい、こちらもスクリーンショットお願いします。はい、ですね、そもそもちょっと、UI 全体のボタンの大きさであったりとか、テキストの大きさは全体的に、調整というか回収の方がかかっております。で、移動量とかに関してはですね、ブックマーク、画面ブックマークっていう機能の方を、実装しておりまして、なんだろうな、まあ、いわゆるショートカットキーを追加で、設定できるような。
So overall, the UI has undergone a number of changes, and the sizes of things and whatnot have changed. But also, they added this bookmark setting, which is just like shortcut keys, so you can jump straight to like your clothing or other things, as like team card or like various bookmarks. You can
Okay,
set.
yeah, go
So
directly to your
shortcut keys
character's
to be able to
outfit.
jump straight to
Great.
different menus. It looks like.
キーボードの空いてるキーに、このページを開きたいっていう形で、自分で登録できる。
So if there's like a
Is this
certain part
multiplayer?
inside
Yeah.
the menu you want to jump to quickly, you can set like a shortcut key for that.
っていうシステムの方を、導入しております。で、合わせて、まあ、簡単に言うと、メニュー上でカーソルを動かしたりするっていうことが、頻度として減っているので、移動量自体も、はい、下がっているかなと思っております。
はいはい、まあ、今回全体的に文字のサイズとかも修正をしたりしていますが、まあ、オンラインゲームですと M キーはマップ開くよとか I キーカバン開くよとかインベントリ開くよとか、といったデフォルトの設定があるプラスブックマークが登録できて、メニュー内のここ頻度高いから、ここをこのキーにしたいみたいなのをこう登録していけると。
So I guess it's pretty similar for I guess like all online games. You press like M for the map, you can press like I for like your inventory or your bag and whatnot. But they also are adding these shortcuts to make it easier to jump into some of like the sub menus inside of like your main menu here.
Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
ブックマーク登録って何個あるんでしたっけ？
ですね、
今オプション
見てますね。
24。
So you can have up to 24 different, I guess, shortcuts or bookmark.
24なんですけど、最初から登録されてて、ショートカットが8個なんで、16個ですね。新規で16個登録できます。びっくりしたよ。そんなにキーボード。
I guess like at the beginning you can have up to like 16 or something.
キーあったけど。そうなんです。これ
That's fine. I mean, that's just menu shit. I don't care about that.
It's like, is there that many keys on a keyboard?
Yeah, really.
天気使えるんでっていうところで、はい。
I guess you use a number pad if you wanted to.
すごくよく見るものとかはまあ
Yeah, transmog comps. Yeah, exactly.
出せて便利です。
Got DC'd from. Yeah, I got DC'd from game.
はい。はい。まあ、はい。好きなように設定していただければと思います。
大丈夫ですか？
はい。大丈夫です。
では次参りましょう。
All right, next up.
はい、クラス固有のゲージの位置が邪魔、位置の変更やデザイン調整をしてほしいと。
What was you saying? So the class's unique gauge position is in the way. Want to change to the position or design?
Yeah, I think giving characters customization. Yeah, that's very true. People even talk
Something
about
like
that. Yeah.
JAMA, so it's like yeah, it's just like in the way. It's like a problem or something like that. It's kind of
Yeah.
I guess the way that it's phrased in Japanese is kind of funny.
したいよねっていう
あ、
話
そうですね。
はいはい。
はい、こちらに関しても、時期の方をお願いします。だけの画面で大丈夫です。はい、まあこんな感じで。
So yeah, there's like the combo gauges like for the Twin Striker. They're in the unique class gauge.
でコンボゲージが。
Yeah, you should be able to move that around if you want.
状態から編集をします。
All right, so this looks nice.
That's a great idea. Yeah,
Oh, it
just
looks
be able
like
to move it around, do whatever
can
you want.
place it
That's
wherever then.
great. Wow.
わかりやすい。
Look at that.
はい。
That's smart. Damn, look at that. Wow. What a good idea. And there it is. It's up at the top. Yeah, that's a perfect solution. Because anywhere they put it is going to be somewhere that somebody else doesn't want it.
And this is for the Twin Striker. So, like, for example, the Twin Striker, you just move the gauge up here. But this is, each gauge is unique to a class. So, depending on the class, you can move each of them separately.
やっぱりこれクラスとかその人のプレイスタイルによって場所をこれ人の見るとちょっと楽しいんですよね。やっぱエネミーに重ねたりする人もいるんです。
俺の見てよ。
下岡さんの画面いけますか？
いけます。He wants to show his own customization, how he customizes things.
Okay.
なるほどなるほど。
Oh, I guess there's that way of doing it as well.
Wait a second. Wait. Hey. What the fuck?
It's playing like this all the time. It's like he's putting all the information kind of in the center here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't know, that looks difficult. Difficult to see.
Yeah, that's not what I would fucking do. I'll
Can't
tell
really
you
see your
that.
character. I guess you can kind of customize it
you do whatever
to your own
you
play
want.
style.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's a resource gathering node there too. You saw that? The little pop-ups?
So in the shortcut palette,
yeah, they've showed gameplay.
You want to display the
They've showed a lot of
key,
gameplay.
so like what key you have assigned to that shortcut.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
shortcut
WoW
palette.
has this.
They didn't have that in the closed beta, so I guess that was one of the feedback points.
Yeah, that's an easy GG.
I think that's like the thing on the left here. Or did they change the item palette? Okay, so I guess they just kind of changed the whole like item palette system.
前はショートカット、完全にショートカットですね。F1 から F8 までかな、ショートカットになっていて、そこに押すような、使いたいアイテムのところを、押すような形だったんですけども、今は F1 と F3 で、使いたいところを回しますと。で、カーソルが合ってる、カーソルっていうか、大きくなってるところに合わせたアイテムを F2 で。
This is 64th WoW
Right,
Killer?
so they changed it instead of
This time
before
for
they had
sure,
from
guys.
F1 to F8, where you'd press the button to use whatever item or whatnot. But they changed it to F1 and F3, kind of scroll left and right through your items, and then F2 uses the item.
Okay.
And they have a cracker, like a party cracker or whatever.
Sure, like if I can buy, just as long as I can bound that to middle mouse wheel. You know, like mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down, then press down on the mouse wheel to use the item. Yeah, as long as I can do that, I'll be happy.
And as for being able to choose items directly like before, they add this shortcut ring feature. And you can enter the shortcut ring edit to see it, but... And in here they have, I guess, different buttons assigned as well. And you can have multiple different rings, it looks like. So from F5 up to F12.
Right. So you just pressed F12 and you can press the button directly to use the things registered in that shortcut ring as well. They're probably doing that
And you
if they
can
ever
also
want
use
to
it
have
directly from
controller
the ring
support
as
too.
well.
That's the way a lot of controller games work.
ショートカットキーというものも自体の機能も開始させていただいて、
I think that's how Final Fantasy works on controller, right?
実施させていただいたことによって、対応させていただいたと。
そもそもそうですね、CBT の時ショートカットリング定型文しかなかったんですけど、
そうですね。
はい、スタンプやアイテム、ジェスチャーをショートカットリングに登録できるようになっております。
Yeah, so they made it so you can kind of assign a lot of more different things to that shortcut ring, like items or various things like gestures and things, or stamps. There's a lot of freedom to, I guess you can just kind of place whatever you really want in there.
さらにこのショートカッ トリングの表示のさせ方もオプションで制御が可能になっています。
結構難しい話。
リハにないことを言い出す。はい。
これは今あれですね、ショートカットリングを表示して。
This will kill Valorant?
ショートカットリング
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
で、オプション画面を見せ。
Oh, this is their chat log. I don't know how I feel about the chat log.
全般です。全般でした。全般です。はい。
大体あれが一番やりやすいような気がしてるけど、他にもこう一回ね、
自動で閉じるとか、そもそもトグル形式にするとかですね。ホールドは押してる間。
Does this have an Elden Ring
So I
tree
guess
too?
they have some options for how the shortcut ring is
Probably.
displayed as well. You can hold the button to display it, or you can have it toggle. And you can have it so when you close shortcut ring, it automatically selects the command and activates the command as you close it.
That makes sense, sure.
Or you can have the ring like close right after you use the command. So I guess there's some like options of how the ring is used or how it you interact with it. So they changed it, so you made a change so it doesn't activate as you when you close it. So you would need to click it to activate it.
Okay. Sure.
そうですね。いろんな人の話を聞いたらですね、意外とこの辺これが普通だと思ってましたっていうのが
そうですね。やっぱり
出てきていて、
デフォルトこうだよねって思うのがそれぞれ。
So it seems like depending on the person, what they think is like normal varies a lot. So I guess they added the different options to suit various people.
More
and
options
how they
are
want to interact
always
with that
better.
shortcut ring.
Yeah. Just add in more options for people that want them. Absolutely.
管理的には大変ですよね。オプションで。
だって好みがあるっていうんだもん、しょうがないじゃない。
まあその通り。なので皆さんも多分自分の好きなやつがあると思います。というわけで
この辺は選んでいただけたらいいかなと思います。
はい。では次に参りましょう。お願いします。はい、他のプレイヤーが倒された時のログが分かりにくいといった内容。
Alright, so this is about when another player is like defeated, it's difficult to tell from the log or I guess the chat log.
That seems like not really a big deal. Yeah, that seems no big deal. Seems like no big deal. That's whatever.
はい、いいんじゃないですか。準備できたんじゃないですか。
福崎の方の画面お願いします。
This Chinese? No, I think it's Japanese actually. It's not Chinese.
バグなんで、はい。
はい。
ほら、ネームプレートの位置。
ネームプレートの位置が
たまに
おかしいですね。
はい、たまに起きます。
はい。
I guess there's maybe a bug or something currently where the nameplate position is kind of a little bit off. So I guess there's a few.
Oh yeah,
few
where
things
it's
that are
like
still
right on top of them.
in development.
That's like nothing. Like that's fine. Shit like that happens all the time.
こんな感じで今パーティーを組みましたと。で、画面から外しましょうかね。
あ、そうしますか。
はい。じゃあ鈴木さん。
はい。じゃあズルしてはい。ちょっとデバッグ機能で死にます。
Sorry if I'm
We're gonna
feeling
use
difference with
a little
Japanese and
debug
Chinese.
command or something here.
Yeah, you're forgiven. It's
To
okay.
die?
What are those little Bambis walking around? Are those little baby deer? You can just go kill them? Oh my god.
Oh, he's not taking damage. It said it worked a moment ago.
Less mobs, yeah, kill them. Get their ass.
これだよね。
あ、そうです。その後。
これで、じゃあ。
I think they're trying to die with the debug command. Oh, there we go. Somebody died.
Oh,
Suzuki
I
died.
see. Okay, so it's like an alert. Oh, can they res him?
So like a notification appears in the top right when somebody dies now.
Oh, wow, okay.
And you can also see when a person died.
Why did he die? He was playing Sudoku.
So it's like you also have that notification sound, so you can kind of tell.
誰が死んだっていうあれですね。
そうです。
瞬間的に。
どこだあ、ミニマップいたっつって。蘇生
And you also can, I guess, look at the mini map to see where they went down as well.
やりやすくなった。
はい、そんな感じになっております。
Yeah, all that stuff is just quality of life, better game improvements.
なんでだろうか。
Yeah, those were all good.
ちょっとデバッグ担当者に申し付け
なんかね、僕のちょっとキャラの表示のところもあって、僕のキャラがちょっと変なのかもしれないですね。はい。
はい。というわけで、こちらは分かりやすくなりました。
はい。というところで次お願いいたします。
Alright, next up.
はい。街中では武器を非表示にできるオプションが欲しいといった内容。
So people wanted the option to turn off weapon display inside of towns.
です。
That's whatever to me. If this keeps going on, I want to make sure that I get that topaz potion before the shit resets.
はい今まあ音声を
Let me make sure I have everything ready. Okay. Yeah, I should be good with that.
街中
598, bro. I'm about to cap this shit out. I'm gonna cap this shit out right now. I'm gonna cap this right now to 600.
A
Watch
lot of
this.
different options for the weapons display currently. So when their weapons are stowed, if you want them always displayed, if you want them stowed weapons only displayed in town, if you want them only not displayed when you're in town, or if you want the stowed weapons always not displayed or always like turned off.
So they're just adding a bunch of settings in there. Okay, that's fine. Great. Yeah, that's all we need. We just need more settings.
So I guess this was kind of built around the idea of taking screenshots. So maybe in screenshots you don't want weapons displayed when you're outside of towns as well. So being able to have them always off or
that's like being able to turn off pets in like
outside of towns and things like that.
Lost Ark, you can do
or
that.
Only inside towns off. So I guess all the different options.
More setting equals better game. Yeah, exactly. Like that's of course. Just give people the option to turn it on or off.
All right, so you turned off the weapons.
There we go.
Display?
No weapons.
And when you attack, they come right out. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit weird for the weapons not to show up at all. I guess I don't know. I guess it's fine. It just feels weird whenever they disappear, you know?
Yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of times the scenery is quite good, so you might want to take like a screenshot or something. So being able to turn off the weapons for the screenshot is nice.
It's to see her ass better. I mean, what ass? Like, let's be real. They need to have ass sliders in this game. Like, come on.
のプロフィール画面の変更を行いたい、もっと編集したいという内容です。プラスしてスクリーンショット
features are good. Show us actual gameplay. Bro, they showed a lot of gameplay already. Like, I actually feel like this is a huge W. Like, overall, from everything that I've seen so far, this is a very big W. Like, they've shown actual gameplay. They're responding directly to like player
for this
feedback.
one, this is about the profile screen, being able to want to be able to edit it more, and also requests for screenshot features. So being able to move the camera more freely.
G-posing.
Or
oh, good.
Not realizing when a screenshot is taken and want like a message or a sound effect or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Like how like Warcraft has like screenshot
and there's also,
capture.
I think, the copyright display on the screenshots, like Bandai Namco or something displayed, and want to be able to move that placement to one of the four corners.
Yeah, that's
or like
smart.
Be able to choose which corner it's displayed in.
That's probably just something that's.
And also want to be able to change the screenshot key.
What are you gonna have to print screen? What's wrong with print screen? Huh? Where else is it gonna go?
So just using the photo mode feature they added to the game.
What are you trying to keybind to print screen? What do you have that down to your alt attack? Oh, let's fucking screenshot
like,
my alt attack.
Blur, depth blur, and things like that, or change the angle of the camera.
Yeah, you guys see that? It's like a different color. So they really put a lot of work into the screenshots in the game. This is very important.
And you're also able to use motions.
These games do
so you're
need
able
a
to
lot
take
of
like screenshots of motions as well.
な感じで撮ったスクリーンショットをですね、冒険者カードという形でですね、それぞれちょっと、例えばヘッダーとかサイドバーとかに、設定することが
And with the screenshots you've taken, you can put it into your adventurer. You can place them onto your adventurer card.
Yeah.
To show them off, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Looks like there's a few different like locations where screenshots can be placed.
Yeah, I think they have that in Final Fantasy, right? In-game Instagram. That's great. It's like the adventurer plates.
And you can like kind of trade these adventurer cards among people in the game.
Okay. Like business cards. That's great.
ちなみにこれ私が本当にフォトモードのみを使って。
Yeah, NFTs.
And these are
exactly.
all things taken with just the photo mode feature.
It turns them into NFTs, right? That way I know I own them on the blockchain.
Yeah, that looks like quite fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cool. Yes, brother.
ということでフォトモード少しお見せしますか。
We're gonna show off photo mode some.
おっとこれは怖いぞ。はい、じゃあ私の画面をはい映していただけますでしょうか。はい、これがフォトモードに入った状態。
So we're inside the photo mode here.
Oh wow. Holy shit. Holy
You can choose
fucking
gestures.
Oh wow. Oh.
And I guess these are the skills and whatnot, so you can choose like skills your character can use here as well.
Jesus. Are you kidding me?
でここの首の位置とかでカメラをこう見てくれたり目線
Or you can have the character face the camera.
Uh-huh.
Or you can have just the eyes move. So I guess it's for neck movement and this is for eye movement.
Jesus, this is crazy.
You can change the angle, position of the camera.
Dude, that guy's like, ah. Wow.
So for blur, it works best when you kind of zoom in on like a character. So you can have the blur focus on the character and then have the background blurred.
All these guys have female characters? Yeah, they do. Yep. Very interesting.
And you can take a look at the picture you take. We can place it into your adventurer card.
さっきのやつこれをこうやってですねこうやって撮影してたわけですね。
止めることもできる。
And you can also like pause the movements and whatnot as well.
Oh.
この辺あれですね。いろいろちょっと実は機能あるので。このフォトモードもネットワークセットの時に全部実装されてますので、いろいろちょっと試しやってた。
All right, so and this photo mode is also going to be appearing in the network test to be able to try out.
Oh. Of course.
So, or there's quite a bit they could talk about the photo mode, but probably not going to cover it all here.
Why am I? Yeah, I bet there is. It certainly seems that way.
ある模様というかなんかあるみたいです。
はい。じゃあフォトモードのご紹介は以上となります。
The devs are coomers.
では次お願いいたします。
Well, look.
フォローされた時誰にされたかわからないとフォロー返しができない。フォローリストのオンラインオフラインがわかりづらい。色付きのマークでわかるようにしてほしい。
So when followed, you're not able to tell when you're followed by a person, and you're not able to return the follow. You're not able to see. Follower online offline list is difficult to understand.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of
just like a friends list,
color or something to make it easier to understand.
Yeah,
I think
sure. All that makes sense.
Is that like kind of like a friend system in the game?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So what are the followers?
なるほどなるほど。ちょっと思っております。
はい。CBT の時のフレンドがですね、まあフォローをしてフォロー返しをすると、フレンド
So in the CBT, if you followed something and you were followed back, you'd be treated as friends in the game.
Okay.
オンラインオフラインとかちょっと全体的に分かりにくいので
Sure,
調整しよう
all
か
that
という
makes sense to
話を
me.
していたんですが、フレンドのシステムをですねちょっと全般見直しというか、
But they kind of changed the whole friend system.
まあ見直しですね、見直しまして、結果的にどうなったかというと、実機見せながら説明しますね。実機お願いします。
So they're gonna show it in game.
Okay, that's easy. Let's see it. There we go. All right. Friend
So I
request
guess you can
sent,
give people
I guess.
your adventurer card. So we just gave him his adventurer card.
後継者カードを渡して、あ、でもこれがフレンドになっちゃうのか。
まだです。交換待ちリストに載って、僕がどっちかというと送った方が良かったかもしれない。
そうですね。今鈴木さんの画面にしてもらった方がいいのか。
あ、そうですね。はい。
鈴木さんの画面。
Fuck anime
So
games.
if you give somebody their card, then
yeah, true.
That person will be able to see it as in a list.
はい。これは私の後継者カード。
That's his card there. Putting a lot of effort into it, it looks like.
Yeah, apparently.
だろうなと思って空き時間に。
じゃあこれをさっきだから届いたってことね。その
そうですね。はい。フレンド管理をすると交換待ちリスト。
So I guess trade trade wait list or whatever. So you got a venture card and somebody's waiting to get one back. So you can take a look at their card. Fukuzaki just has the default appearance of the card. And then you can give a card back to a person to become friends with them.
Okay, so you can see their Instagram and they can see your Instagram. Okay,
Yeah,
and
so
then
if
you
you
decide if you want to
give
add them
your
or
card
DM
to
them
each
or
other,
something.
then you become
Okay.
friends.
That's fine.
So yeah, so using the venture card is kind of a way to become friends with people in the game.
Okay, sure.
コンタクトリストっていうのがありまして、一緒にパーティーを組んだ、これはミッションに、ランダムマッチングとかでなった時も一緒ですね。
There's also was I think a contact list.
組んだ人はコンタクトリストに何件かまでは載りますので、そちらの
So it shows people that you came in contact with in dungeons. So I guess people that were in the same like dungeon party and things like that.
Okay.
So you can see people you played with.
方から、冒険者カードを送ったり、
And you'd be able to see their, I guess, cards and give cards from there as well.
ことが可能です。可能ですが、普通の方をどんどん作っていただければと思います。
Does it have gotcha mechanics? We don't know.
It seemed like a fun system.
Yeah, there's nothing. They said that there won't be any pay to win. There could be like a cosmetic gotcha though. So I don't know.
So you can get like nices or whatever. Like Ine.
ミッションのリザルトとかでいいねを送ったりとか、あとは冒険者カードのフレンドの管理画面とかでいいねを送れたりとかして、まあお互い
So I guess you can get it from friends as well, and also from doing like missions and things like that. I guess like clearing like the dungeons and things like that. You can give a nice like thumbs up to.
So it's like a accommodation system.
Teammates and
Sure.
whatnot.
All that stuff makes sense.
見れるってちょっとなんだろう何か得になるっていうことはないんですけど。ちょっとした嬉しい要素みたいな感じで、はい、ライクを
いいスクショね、撮ったらワオって思いますもんね。
ID 見えているんですが、これはあくまでテスト環境で作ったキャラクターとなっておりますので、例えばこの後のネットワークテストでこの ID の方を探しても鈴木ではありませんのでご注意ください。
So he's saying that the ID is displayed here currently, but this isn't a test development. So if you were to join a network test and try to add somebody with this ID, it's not going to be Suzuki.
Oh, okay. So he's telling them that so they don't just try to like everybody doesn't spam add him whenever the game comes out. Yeah, that makes sense.
こちらもハット関連ですかね。ハット編集でトークログウィンドウを増やす際、結合分離が可能なタブ型にして簡易に切り替えできる。
This is about the talk log, so I guess the chat log. So more options for being able to add things or combined areas or separate different areas, add tabs and things like that.
Yeah, sure.
画面見た方が。
そうですね。はい。先の方の実況お願いします。
Can you also link your crypto wallet if you want to send another player money? I'm sure, man. Absolutely.
1個作ってあります。でこっちの方で
Okay, so I guess they added like a tab system. So you have the main here, and then he added a sub number 1 area here, and you can choose what kind of things you want displayed in the chat. And then it gets displayed here, right? So this is what's being displayed in chat. So the main's displaying everything here, and then the sub only displays certain things. And also you can press a button to have them both displayed, so you can have the main and then the sub being displayed at once. And you also can adjust the positions of those.
Can't wait to be obligated to play alts. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Apparently, like, it's good to play another character to have a subclass, but that's it. It's not like you have to play it regularly all the time. I think you just have to level it up to use their abilities.
はい、クラフトを行っていると遠くに気づけない、無視しているように見えてしまうといった内容です。はい、こちらはスクリーンショットの方お願いします。
So this is another feedback from a closed beta tester saying, while crafting, I don't realize that somebody's trying to talk to me. And it looks like I'm ignoring them.
Oh, like, yeah, you should get there should be like a noise. Like whenever you get a whisper in game or something.
So they added a option to the talk window where you can go in there and add notifications when, I guess, messages come.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I like that idea. That's a smart idea. Yeah. Okay.
So like even when you're in like a menu or something like that, you'll get a notification if you get like a message or something.
So I said Donald, someone accidentally lost Ark? Yeah, same, but it wasn't accidentally.
So you can have up to 3 different tabs, so the main and then 2 subs. You can have up this, yeah, so total of 3 different talk tabs.
Okay.
というわけで、無視をしているように見えてしまうことはなくなったと。はい、次ですね。
はい、お願いします。はい、で、はい、クラフトマシンやクエスト NPC に話しかけたいのに他のキャラクターが邪魔で選択できない。転送ポータルにパーティーメンバーが重なって選択できないという。
So these are some problems with selection in the game. So there's a crafting machine or a quest NPC and you want to talk to them, but there's too many other players in the way and you're not able to select them. Or there's a teleportation portal, but a party member is standing on top of it and you can't select it.
Just press G like in Lost Ark, like an interact button. Yeah, that's what Lost Ark does. This long stream, yeah, this one's going on for a while.
はい、こんな感じで鈴木さんがそこに立ってますよと。前だとちょっと鈴木さんのインタラクトに座れてクラフトできなかったんだけど。
So before, like in the CBT, if somebody was standing there and you were trying to use this crafting machine, if you tried to select it, you would select the person instead. But now they have it, so the crafting is prioritized.
ですね。この時に逆に優先がクラフトになっているので。
But for example, right now the crafting is prioritized. What happens if you wanted to select Suzuki here?
Okay. You couldn't use your cursor?
So in the talk mode, there's this mouse cursor mode.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Talk mode where you can select people by clicking on them.
That's such a good idea. I like that. That's smart. Very smart.
I
guess Suzuki's character is having difficulties, but Shimaoka's character popped up here.
Okay.
で、ここにオルトっていうのがあります。これ直接クリックでもいいんですけど、これを出すと近くにいるプレイヤー。
And there's also this Alt button. You can press Alt or you can click this button as well, and it shows players that are nearby. You can also click on them from there.
ったけど、しかし鈴木さんのキャラが若干
僕のキャラが若干怪しいですね。
今日
なんか
For some reason, Suzuki's characters today is just having some difficulties, it seems.
はい。
I like the graphics of the game. What do you guys think about that? I like how it's not like super cartoonish, but it's like half and half. It's interesting.
はい、ありがとうございます。
We're seeing a lot of convenience features, which is nice.
はい、
Big
ア
good.
ステリーズが重いので表示人数を少なくする設定が欲しい、アステリーズが重い入隊常時のロードが長いといった内容です。
So next feedback point was that Astraleads, I guess, was feeling, I guess, what was it, Omoi, I guess the PC was being like, like weighed down by all the players and whatnot, so you wanted to be able to reduce the number of player count, and also going into Astraleads, like the main town, that there was too many people there. So I guess the loading was too long. So about, I guess, reducing number of players displayed and also reducing load time.
Yeah. Sure, makes sense to me.
プレイヤー人数の制限を、オプションの方から選択することが可能です。で、アステリーズが重い入隊常時のロードが長いに関しては、できる限り頑張ってはおります。としかちょっと今何とも言えないんですが、はい、頑張ってます。はい。
Yeah, so I guess they added some settings for displaying things, and also they've been trying as much as possible to reduce load times.
Okay.
Yeah, so they added the option for displaying players.
Seems easy enough. Yeah, sure.
設定することができるようになります。はい。ということで、はい。では次お願いいたします。神殿前に行かないとクラスチェンジできないのが不便。
Okay, so this is about class changing. So before in the CBT, you could only change classes by going to, what was it, like the shrine area or like the church, like in front of the church.
And now?
And it said it was inconvenient.
Yes, it was inconvenient. It would be inconvenient for any game, like World of Warcraft, for example. You know?
Oh, this is a nice change. So by equipping a weapon of another class in town, you can change classes now.
Oh, okay. So it's like Final Fantasy. Put on a new weapon.
So you do not need to talk to an
do new
NPC
stuff.
to change classes now.
Easy.
As long as you have that other weapon, you just switch weapons and change classes.
Wow, imagine that. That's a great idea. So they stole that from Final Fantasy. Very smart.
Yeah, so as long as you're in a town, you'll be able to change classes then by switching to weapons.
Okay. So you can't just do it on the fly. Okay. I guess before, like when people were partying up to go for a mission, which is like the dungeons in the game, like if you wanted to switch class last minute, you'd have to go all the way to that church to change classes, and it was quite inconvenient, so they decided to make this a lot easier to do. There should be like respec areas near dungeons too, just to make it easier and simpler. Maybe you can't respec everywhere, but like as many places as where you'd want to.
Yeah. If you're outside of town, you're not able to do this.
Want it everywhere? Yeah, that's a good point.
So it kind of, when outside of town, it kind of has to do with loading and various things like that. So I guess from a technical standpoint, it's a little bit difficult to do.
I'm glad that's not a design decision then. It's not like they're doing that on purpose. They just feel like it's not possible for them.
So next is about bags and bag item stacks.
Bags or bags? Hopefully bags. That's what I'm curious about. How does that work?
So this is feedback they had before, but there was a problem in this closed beta test where your bag would fill up too quickly and you'd have to go back to town continually to empty your bag. And they changed that so that wouldn't occur.
です。現状どうなっていますか。
And what about currently?
ですね。実機見せながらちょっと喋りますか。実機の方。
So they're gonna show it in game now.
Okay.
ですね。まあちょっとさっきからたまにちょっと出てたんですけど。見えてたっけどね。はい。
I guess you could see it a few times.
が今こんな感じとなって、イベントでバックの中身ですね。がこんな感じとなっております。消費アイテムしかバッグの中には入らないようになりました。
So for inside the bag, only I guess consumable items appear in there now.
で、装備品は装備品。
Okay.
商品
And then equipment go into equipment bags.
Okay.
And other items go into like item bags.
So that's kind of like a mix between Final Fantasy and Lost Ark.
So as for what about the other items? Where did they go to? They go directly to your storage.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's very good. I like that a lot. Yeah, it just makes it way easier to do shit. Okay, is this like a gathering thing? What is this? The fuck was that?
Yeah, so you just got like a crystal, like from the ground there,
rock.
And it's not in the bag here. It goes directly to the storage.
Easy rock. Easy rock. There it is.
で、これに伴って、鑑定システムがある理由が現時点でない。
So there's no need for the appraisal system that had appeared in the closed beta test.
素材を持って町に帰るということがそもそもなくなっているので、鑑定システムも合わせて、現段階では実装しております。
So there's no appraisal system like we had seen in the closed beta anymore.
鑑定はここであったんですね。
そうです。そうです。なるほど。なんか変なタイミングでぶっ込むからちょっとコメントが妙なざわつきしたんで、なんで変なタイミングでぶっ込むとこの人。
It looks like a very nice system, doesn't it? Having just the material sent straight to your main storage.
はい。ですかね。ということで。そうですね。まあこれもちょっとそうですね。前半のところで言ったかな。言ってないか。ですね。まあちょっとこの辺が一番大きく修正というか大きな方針変更になっていて、そこのちょっと周辺からなんだろう簡単に言うと例えばフィールド街ダンジョンとかあった時にどのエリアに対してユーザーさんがどのぐらいの割合で滞在するのかっていうのを結構最初の段階で計算して、でそれをそれがまあ言うけどかわかんないけどさばきにかかってくるので、はい、お
結構踏み込みましたね。
そこのところを最初に計算しないと、ゲーム作れないっていうのがあって、仕様としてはそうです。はい。なので、ちょっとその辺は厳しいかなと思ってたんですけど、ちょっとその辺もう一回ゼロベースで考えようぜみたいな話をちょっと下川さんの方からいただいて、本当にゼロベースで考えて、ストレスがない形に、結果ちょっと滞在比率とかも変わったのでいろんなものをちょっと作り変えなきゃいけなくなったので、結果ちょっとすごく時間かかったっていうのがやっぱり。
I guess part of this bag system revolved around, I think their original appraisal thing is they wanted to like send people back to town, and it kind of had to do with how many people were going to be in the field areas, how many people are going to be in the towns, how many people are going to be like in the missions or dungeon areas, and that kind of had to do with I think the server or like the background area. But they decided that, so I think their appraisal system was originally kind of built around trying to funnel players back and forth between areas for like server reasons, but they decided to kind of rework that whole thing for that in a way that didn't inconvenience players, and that took a little bit of time to kind of rework that back end.
ありますね。
これはね、今もう本当に一回冒険出たら、
そうですね。そこを回収の時のポリシーにしていて、素材を集めたい。敵を倒して、いろんなやりたいことがあってフィールドだったりダンジョンに行きますよと。でその結果、なんだろうな、ユーザーさんが、例えば時間がなくなったとかそういうのもあると思うんですけど、ユーザーさんが街に帰ろうと思った時に街に帰ると、逆にそれ以外の、システム的な制約ではわざわざ街に帰らなくてもいい。
Yeah, so they didn't want to force players to have to go back to town unless they wanted to. So if people wanted to go gather materials or fight monsters or do things like that,
Yeah,
before
like
they
having to
kind of
go
had like
back
the
and
bag
forth.
limit, so your bag would get filled up and you would have to go back. But they wanted to remove that restriction and just have players be able to play how they want to.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's the point of that?
ポリシーにして、全部修正しようということで、全修正の方をかけております。はい。
Yeah, I've been pausing the stream here and there, so it's probably the main stream might have ended already, but I'm taking my time translating.
だってそこを言わないとなんでこんなに時間がかかるんですか。
まあその通り。
まあただね、外でね武器を作るわけじゃないので、まあ揃ったら街に戻るよとかある程度の目的を持って外に出てもら
Japanese
ったら
devs seem to have loads of problems
But
with
there's
networks.
kind of some purpose. If you're gathering materials, it might be for making a weapon, and you make weapons inside the town. So you go to the field, get the
Yeah,
materials, go back to
come back
town
and
to make the
make
weapon.
Right.
Maybe go to a dungeon after that. So there's still movement.
はい、アイテムなどの数量指定についてスライドバーでの指定がやりにくいというところで、もう SS 載せさせていただいております。
So I guess there was a problem with selecting a number of items with a slide bar. It was difficult to do.
スクリーンショットですけど、まあですけどね。スライドバーでの直接指定もできます。プラスマイナスで1個ずつ。
So I guess they had a lot of options. You have the slide bar now, you have the plus minus, and you have a min and a max. They give you all the
Okay,
options.
okay. So we have every option that could be an option. That makes
Oh, and
sense.
also you have direct input as well. So you can kind of choose input in any way you want to do for these selecting number of items.
まあ大体考えられる入力全部入れたよっていう感じ。はい。
そうね、マックスボタンを押せばマックスになるし、
方を選んでください。
ミニ押せばまあ最小になるしということでですね。はい。
という形です。まあこれもうこれ以上ないです。これ以上
Like there's no more we can do with this. We added everything we could.
それは
This is fine.
ではお願いします。
はい。
Option protocol.
はい、
Yes.
採取するもの
Very clearly, that's what we're doing.
色やテキストで事前に区別
Oh,
な
so this is this
So people wanted it
fish climbing or mining and
easier to be able to
gathering.
identify areas where you can gather
Yeah.
things. They added some icons, it looks like.
That's good. I noticed that. It made sense.
それぞれカテゴリーに合わせてアイコンの方を
So they added icons depending on the category of things you can gather there.
はい、事前に分かるようになっております。
はい。これも
That's good.
ちょっと
It's lit.
終わりです。
終わりです。終わりです。実装しました。
Big good.
実装しますさせていただきました。次な。
はい、次お願いします。はい、静電時ちょうど良い経験値量に
Yeah, this was a problem.
静電時にアイテムの数量や増減がやりにくい、経験値がオーバーした時の数やアイテム調整が手間というものなんですが、まずこれもう先ほどのお話に近い
Life score supremacy. Let's go.
何ぞやだったのか。
So it's about refinement. So I guess about refining items, you had like an experience bar for refining items, and you want to be able to, I think it's like leveling up items or something like that. It's been a while since I played the closed beta, but yeah, I think it was like leveling up items with like a refinement system, and they wanted to get just the right amount of experience to level up an item to like the next point. Some feedback about that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe some changes made to this.
Yeah, they have that in Tower of Fantasy. It's honing. Oh, honing. Oh.
Yeah, so you're saying when you craft an item, you craft it at level 1.
I think honing would be fine if you couldn't pay to win.
And then you can raise the item level using various items.
確かレベルの条件が自分のクラスレベルまでだったかな。レベルを上げていって、パラメータが上がっていくっていう、仕様になって、CBT の時はそういう仕様になっておりました。はい。で、それがどうなったかというと、静電仕様自体を、
So fucking stupid.
Oh, so but it looks like they stopped the refinement system altogether.
Okay, that sounds very.
So
That's a lot.
as for why they stopped
静
it,
電してレベルを上げた武器を持ってますよと。で、次の新しい武器のレ
They
シピ
said
を手にして
fuck the players.
新しい武器を作りました。
We hate them.
新しく作った武器がレベル1なので、今持ってる精錬した武器の方が強く見える。そうなんですよ。
okay, so the reason why they kind of did this is that you would get a level 1 weapon, you'd craft it, and you would raise the level up, so you maybe get like a level 10 or something like that, level 20, whatever it is. So you'd raise the level up, but then you'd get a recipe for a new weapon, and you would make the new weapon.
Right.
But the new weapon would start at level 1. And in the end, the previous weapon you had that you already refined would be stronger, so you wouldn't really feel an impact from getting that new weapon.
Yeah, that would suck.
だよね。なんか
It hasn't been fully honed
You
yet.
tried your hardest. You got the new recipe. You got the new weapon, but your old weapon's better.
Yeah, now you have to upgrade it or something like that.
なんだろう弱くないこれっていうこうちょっとね残念なもちろんマックスまで
育てればってなるけどその育てる過
So
程
no, is it
を
bullshit? No, I'm not gonna go into it with an open mind. Like we should go into it with an open mind rather than just be like, oh, it's gonna be like this.
So
We
you
don't know.
kind of
that.
like lose some of the fun about making that new weapon.
Let's see the game.
そこのところはもう使用自体を取りやめまして
Being delusional
That's why
about the
they-
game being amazing is just as bad as being delusional about it
Remove
being
that
bad.
refinement
They're both
system, and
delusional.
there's I guess default level to weapons now.
装備できない装備できない装備のレベル制限もなくなったので強い武器が出たらもう装備して
And also, like they talked about before, they removed the restrictions for levels of items. So even if the level of the item is higher than your current level, there's a level sync feature now currently
Okay,
currently available now as well.
makes sense.
So if you get a you make a stronger weapon right now, you can use it right away.
それが100% の性能を発揮しているかどうかはレベルシンクによって変わるのでそこは
As for whether you'll be able to use its full potential, that kind of depends on the level sync, because it could level sync down.
ちょっとしょうがないんですけども強い武器を作ったらちゃんと強いですっていう
But if you make a strong weapon, it's going to be strong.
使用と変更させていただきました
はい、はい、ありがとうございます。では次に参りましょう。はい、はい、やり込み系ですね。実績とかトロフィーのようなやり込み。
I just saw it. Notice this reminded me of Halo for a second.
こちらはスクリーンショットの方
Like
に
this
参り
shit
ます
here.
So people wanted like a achievement feature or something in the game.
Oh,
チーム連
achievements.
投という形で
Achievos.
実装を行いまし
Ooh.
たで
So it looks like they added an achievement tab up here under your adventurer journal.
ステータスとかクラスとかクエストとかちょっとカテゴリーの方がありますけれども
There's various things for like status, class, quest, communication, life. So it's Shizan, so like currency or like
そのカテゴリーに合わ
money
せて
or whatever.
いろんな
Yeah, all that makes
存在
sense.
していて達成すると称号だったりとかアイテムだったりとかそういったリワードも受け取れるような
Who's
形で
exciting to go farm achievement? Oh, I am.
Yeah, so it looks like there's various different achievements you can get with by performing various tasks.
Okay, so just the same bullshit that every other game has. Yep,
はいというわけで今日は
it
ね
works.
Oh,
Why
what do
not?
we got here? So if you look closely at the menu over here, there's a season pass. Season pass written right there.
Mhm.
So I guess they're not going to talk about that currently. So I think he was kind of talking about, oh, there's something in the menu there, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. But
Yeah,
they
of
talked
course they're
about
gonna have battle
this in the
passes and
past, how they
stuff.
were going to try to avoid pay to win. And they were
Right.
going to go probably for like a battle pass kind of system. So I'm expecting probably cosmetic and things like that, but also have a battle pass kind of to help sustain the game.
Yeah, we'll see what that's gonna be.
フィードバックということですねいろいろさっきから気になるメニュー開くために
Battle Pass is great, just don't have premium currencies and pay to win. Yeah, I don't think Battle Pass is bad.
それはということで
I am not a Battle Pass hater,
What is this? There's a
especially
login
without
bonus.
seeing it
up here
at
as well.
all.
Seeing if there's anything else. Regonas store. So there's a Legnus store down here as well.
Okay,
So maybe like a cash shop or something.
yeah, I'm sure they'll sell skins. I mean, like, whether they sell pay to win
I'm
stuff
pretty
or not is,
yeah, so they talked about how they're going to avoid pay to win before, so I'm still
Yeah.
believing them.
we'll believe it until they lie, until we see they're lying.
はい、
Like, yeah, we'll just wait and see.
仲のいい人で集まってプレイしたいといった内容です。
People
Even
saying they
WoW and
want like
Final
a
Fantasy
guild
has cash
feature.
shop. Yeah, true.
いかがでしょうか。
はい、ちょっとこちらスクリーンショットとかはちょっとお見せできないんですけれども、チーム機能という名前で、中の人たちが、集まれる、場所というか、
Shit game, it's not 100% free.
会
True.
話できたりとか
そうですね、中に人
They
たちが
should work for
コミュニ
me
ケーショ
for
ンできる
free. They should be glad I'm playing their goddamn
技
game.
術の方を行ってお
You
り
play
ます
that
They don't have a
shit.
screenshot currently, but they added a team feature where you're able to, I guess, add people to like a team where you can chat and have like a chat dedicated to your team
Oh, that's good.
players.
ネットワークテストでも、体験できる
It's like
状態になって
communities.
And you'll be able to see it in the network test.
はいこれは
Bandai's well known for releasing skin plus stat boost. Bandai also is known for releasing Elden Ring. Let's wait and see what happens.
I guess it's mostly just like a kind of like a chat kind of feature.
But just be like Tower Fantasy, put some MMO aspects into it. With no gacha, it's a different game.
Okay, so I think this is just like a bug from the closed beta test, but when you're in a party and you went across zone areas, so like between different like field areas, you'd cross it, and the zones are divided into like channels.
Yeah.
And you'd be separated into different channels. So you wouldn't be able to meet up with the person you're teamed up with.
Oh, yeah. The Lost Ark has this. It took me a while to figure it out whenever I first played it.
ですかね、パーティーを組んだ状態で、ゾーンを移動したら、パーティーメンバー人数分、必ず入れるところに予約枠ができて、一定時間の間に、他のメンバーもゾーン移動してきたら同じチャンネルに入るよっていう形で、実装の方をしています。で、逆に言うと、この辺ですね、この辺がうまく機能していないと、まあちょっとなんだろう。オンラインゲームとしてそもそも機能してないよねっていうところはあるので、実装もしてますし。
Why people keep talking about gacha games? Because if they see Asian letters and anime, they assume it's gacha. That's why. There's been no talk of gacha about this game, but that's the reason. Anime, gacha. There it is.
So
two brain cell
so I guess it's just like a kind of a problem during the CBT, and testing this can be a little bit difficult, so it's something I want to make sure it's working in the network test.
Yeah, of course.
So like how the feature works is like when you go into another zone, you have reserve slots for your party members if they go there within a certain amount of time, but evidently like sometimes it wouldn't work properly, or perhaps maybe like certain time
so
passed and it would, like the reserve slots would go away or something like that. So it's something that they're looking at. Make sure it's working in the network test. Because I guess they have like a limit to how many people can be in a certain channel for each zone.
Yeah, they probably have the same thing like in Lost Ark, the hard cap and soft cap. Soft cap where you can only join if you have somebody in the party that's in the channel, and then the hard cap where nobody can join no matter what. Lost Ark, I think, does a good job at that.
So we're at the last one, 40 out of 40. So this is about like gamepad feedback. So it's difficult to select things with the D-pad.
I think that makes sense, yeah. I mean, like, every game should be playable with like a gamepad if possible.
Things with like the cursor. So then there's some certain buttons that couldn't be customized. They want to be able to customize those. So we brought a controller to show off.
It's a PlayStation.
I guess I had an up view of things just for this.
なので、深崎の画面の方お願いします。
Oh, it's Xbox? Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Okay.
We have mouse, keyboard, or gamepad.
Can we start back at 1 out of 40?
4,
no.
So a few different options.
No, I think that we've had enough.
And then the button's appearance changes.
To be fair, all of these, pretty much every single one of these has been a W. Like, I don't think they've missed at all in this entire fucking event. This is really good for the game.
The UI cursor speed. Okay, so the UI cursor speed here is when you're using the mouse cursor with the stick, like the analog stick, how fast that will move.
So there's another bar, a slider, okay.
パッドに下でパッド用のまたボタンの入れ替えとかね別でオプションでできますから今日は端折ります。はい。
はい。パッドにしてもキーボードとマウスは動くのは動くので。その辺は併用していただいても構わないかなと思うんですけども、はい、じゃあちょっと、パッドの方で今もマウスとキーボードから全部手離してます。パッドの方でですね、今上に行きましたね。はい。こんな感じで、はい、これを完全に十字キーで。
He's using like the D-pad, whatnot, to move between different things.
はい、こんな感じで、全部こういう風な感じで、はい、カーソルがキー入力に合わせてキー入力十字キーの入力に合わせて、カーソルが、飛んで、選択できるようになっております。
いや。
それでもちょっとなんだろうな、順番に動いていくのでちょっと遠いなって思うところがあったら、左スティックで、マウス
So, and also by using the left like analog stick, you can use it like a mouse as well to jump between things if you need to.
Oh, okay. I like that. That makes sense.
So
you
normally you could
just
just
move
use
it
like the
around.
D-pad to jump between close things, and if something's farther away, you could use the analog stick to select it.
はい。ということで、
あ、これ40じゃない？
How much are they paying me to say this?
And there's all 40.
That's a good question. I think at least 100 grand, right, guys? How about that? 100K?
喋らせていただきました。
はい。
Just use my donate link for my PayPal.
番組の終わりの時間
Yeah, at least minimum.
第2部ではCBT 後の最終フィードバックとして皆様から頂戴
Yeah, so in the second part here, they talked about the feedback from the closed beta test and the changes they made.
が実はこの2部でもですね、まだお伝えしてきれなかった内容が
正直すごくある
ございます。ので次回予告です。
Oh, so we're having another one.
What's this?
So in December, they're talking about additional features that they're going to be adding
Okay,
to the
great.
game.
Fishing. So we have fishing in this game too. It's lit. Oh,
I guess there
it's
was so
lit.
much they wanted to talk about, they couldn't fit everything into this stream, so the next one is December.
Holy shit. So that's December 6th? Is that right?
Looks like they're going to be adding fishing and some other things. I wonder what else they're going to add.
Boob sliders, more of them.
につきましては詳細な日程が決まりましたら、公式ツイッターなどでお知らせをさせていただきますので、公式ツイッターフォローいただいてお待ちいただければと。
Fishing, it's
So they're going to have
officially
more
an
news
MMO.
about that on their
Yeah,
Twitter
true.
about when that's going to happen.
Okay.
じゃあコメント読みますか？
I'm going to read through some comments here.
ずーっとこう一部からだいぶ走ってきたので、何かコメントいただいて、ここ今日ちょっと僕分かんなかったとか、ここどうなったんですかみたいなのがあれば、拾える内容を拾いましょう。これでちょっとね、配信
10秒か30秒ぐらい
リレーがあるんですよ。
There's around like, I guess, 20 or 30 second delay for these people
Wait,
looking
they're
at the
gonna read
comments.
chat? Oh my god. Let me see how many people are watching this shit.
ファイナルコメントチェック面白い
Oh wait, oh, they finished it. That's right, okay.
ベンチマークソフト、そうですね、以前の放送でベンチマークソフトを作ってますというお話をさせていただいておりますが、
It was 23K people
ゲ
earlier
ームのバージョンにこう合わせたりする。
in the video. Yeah, I think this could be the end. I'll stick around for a minute, okay?
So they have a benchmark software that's currently being debugged.
Yeah. What does that mean?
They might have one during the network test available.
Great.
Also ultra wide
Ultra wide.
support or something.
Oh boy. PoE is not gonna like that.
No support yet.
Never mind, they will.
なんだろう、描画範囲が広がることによって、有利不利とかが発生しやすくなるので、そこらに関しては、対応しない。
Click live on YouTube. They changed YouTube.
All right, so they said they don't have plans for ultra wide support currently.
Okay. Oh, these are the same guys. Yeah, these are the same guys from like 2 years ago. I see it now. Okay.
せていただこうかなというふうに思っています。
And as about what was seen, like the store thing, like a store in the menu, but their current stance on how they're going to monetize things hasn't changed. And they said before that they're not going to do pay to win, so we'll believe that. And they're saying they're going to be talking a little bit more about that in the next.
That's good. I'm very glad to hear that. Wait, are they wearing the same shirt? Yeah. Yeah, but it's a hoodie now. It's been upgraded.
ずっとこんな感じっす。そうなんですよ。
平均値としては多分痩せた。
あ、そうなんですね。
はい。
I might pause it here. I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be any more information.
まあ手術とかもあったので、平均としては痩せました。
Yeah, because this seems like them just talking with the audience, stuff like that. Is this it?
そうそう、これ全然触れてない。季節感がね、これまでの T シャツだと全くないという。
We got some of these Blue Protocol hoodies as well.
Wait, the Blue
Are you gonna
Protocol
have like
hoodie?
another giveaway or something?
It's a cat girl. Oh my god, that should be it. Okay. Was dripped out? Yeah, I know. Someone asked about t-shirt. Okay, I think that's about that should be about it.
Shimoka's game screen.
Yeah, they definitely have a boob slider. Those are really big.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Season pass.
Oh, okay. So then you got the normal battle
so you
pass
got the same
and
thing
the
you would
paid
expect
one.
from most of these. You have the free
look
plan,
at this.
and then you have the
paid one
plan, right?
Okay.
Looks like you get some various items or whatnot.
As a free-to-play game, I think having a battle pass that functions as a subscription to the game is not a problem. I do not consider this an issue
rank
at
up
all.
Points and season points so far. So yeah, points needed to rank up 100. Number of points in the season so far. Buying ranks.
Yeah, this is important. We're not going to stop yet. Why does people think
current
everything's
season
free?
Rank. Number of days left in the season.
They voted for Bernie.
So I guess just as what you would expect from a season pass kind of thing.
この画面でさ、僕のメニューの評判がさ、
Okay.
あんま良くなかったのよ。
Yeah, I think this game looks good.
キャラを隠していいかなっていう。
で、基本的にUI 出たりしたり。
Just setting down his character.
もうちょっと考えて。
And they're all just looking
I guess
at
people were commenting on how he had his UI displayed, and he was like, "Well, you can turn off the UI freely, so I kind of turn it on and off when needed. But I'll think about change the placement maybe."
Oh my god.
多分微妙な内容も映った。
というわけで、
Oh,
I guess he
wow.
accidentally displayed the the season pass. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but
はい、そろそろボロが出そうなので、
これぐらいにしておいて。
危ない。
はい、じゃあ進行していきましょう。
Okay.
それでは本日は番組終了の時間となります。最後に今日の感想とユーザーの皆様へのメッセージを一人ずつお願いいたします。
I guess closing statements.
Okay, here we go. Closing statements.
So, thanks for staying with us for this broadcast.
You're welcome.
で、なんだろうな。ちょっと喋りすぎて疲れたなと思うんですけど、
Will the WoW live stream be like this?
I almost feel like we talked too much and a little tired, but there was so much we wanted to talk about over this year and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's
like,
still more to talk about later, but
待っていただいてたユーザーさんの反応だったりとか、やっぱりちょっと心苦しいなと思いながらやっぱり反応は見ていたので、ただ
can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
っていう選択を心さんにともやっぱり取りたくなかったっていうのがすごくあって。
and he's saying like how he saw all the people waiting for, you know, more information and all the players looking forward to the game, but they didn't want to release information at like a kind of like a half-baked state. They wanted to have it ready to reveal in a good state.
Yeah, it seems that way.
テストプレイしてたっていう部分もあるんですけど、ちゃんとやって自分たちが楽しいよねって思えるところまで。
They wanted to bring it to the level that they enjoyed it to a level where they found that it's ready to show to other players. So yeah, please look forward to more information in the next stream and also the network test. So next up, Shimoka.
自分たちね伝えてなんぼというところがあるので、もうちょっと早口になっちゃったところも特に第一部。そうですね。
So they might have kind of sped through a few things, and especially in the first part, but
sped through it. This is like 4 hours.
we like to thank everyone for sticking with us for so long.
It was like 3 hours.
落ち葉も舞っちゃう季節になったりとかして、自分たちも長く作ってきた。
Nerd dog shit Chinese gotcha trash.
We're very happy that we're able to show that what we have developed so far.
Okay, Grandma, let's get you to bed.
どんなものがあるのかみたいなこともしっかりとお伝えしていければというふうに思っております。で、皆様におかれましてはですね、本当お体に気をつけていただいて、また次回のブルプロ通信でお会いできればと思っております。
We hope to see you in the next stream.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Yes, I also look forward to more content.
本日は最後までご覧いただきありがとうございます。そして皆様に情報をお伝えできるまでお時間をいただきましたことを改めて。
Yeah, so we're sorry to have kept everyone waiting to give the information in, and thank you for watching.
第一部からでは正式サービスの時期間。
So in the first part, we talk about when the official service will be starting.
そして第二部ではこれまで皆様からいただいた。
And in the second part, we talked about all the feedback we had received so far and the changes we made.
Yes.
お伝えさせていただいた後、皆様からいただいているコメントをちょっと見させていただいていたんですが、やはり肯定的なコメントとか、
And we've been watching the comments that everyone made while we were displaying all the stuff here, and it seemed like a lot of positive feedback from the players. When you're developing something for so long, a lot of times you can kind of get lost, like, is this the correct choice? Is this right?
Yeah, that's probably true.
So seeing everyone's positive feedback really motivates us. So I hope you continue looking forward to Blue Protocol. So we would like to bring the Blue Protocol communication to an end. So we hope to see you next time in December.
Okay. That was a really good stream, man.
All right, so that's the end of the stream. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and everyone for tuning in. I'll be continuing to cover Blue Protocol news on my channel.
Let me link this guy's channel. Thank you very much, Aethersong, for all the translations. I don't speak Japanese, so if it wasn't for this guy, we would have no fucking idea what any of this said. So huge fucking shout out to him. I'm gonna link you guys the video here. Hopefully you guys can give him a like, and most importantly, give him a sub. He's only got 2,000 subscribers right here, and I mean, I think he did a great thing. He did a great job. Like, just watching it in the middle of the fucking night, going through everything. That is an amazing, great thing that he did for us. Thank you so much, Aethersong. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to the game, and now because of you, we're looking forward to it even more. So, I do want to talk a little bit about the game. Basically, let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. I think that pretty much everything in this interview and everything about it, I'll link it one more time so you guys can make sure to give him a sub and everything like that. There you go, guys. Go ahead and do it. He's got 2.5K. Hopefully now he'll have at least 3. So let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. Let's talk about everything else in between, okay? And I'm just going to fuck around in here while we're doing it. So basically, I think that overall, this entire interview, everything about it was just, they were just farming dubs. They were farming dubs. Pretty much every single thing that they said was positive. Is there anything that they said that you guys felt like, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, what was that? I feel like this was a very, very good video. where they talked about everything that was important. Yeah, they're farming W's. Yeah, all they did was farm W's. And the fact is that, like, everything that they talked about, and, like, the fact that, like, it's kind of crazy to hear nothing about the game, for the game to just be a complete fucking meme for, like, 3 years, 2 years, and then now it comes out. Well, how much did I get for this? Like, fucking 6? Okay, that's decent. You know, anyway, so, like, nobody knows what's going on with this game. Nobody has any idea. And then just, like, randomly it pops off, and it's, you know, everybody's excited. Like, they've got, like, all of these massive updates. Yeah, that's only 3. That's not very good. Yeah, they've got all these massive updates, and, like, things are popping off. Like, I feel like that is incredibly, I don't know, like, really what the word is for it. Like, reassuring, I guess. It's very reassuring that they've put so much time into it and effort into it and everything. And so hopefully we see more of this, and I'm really excited to see it. I'll tell you that. I'm very excited to see it.